In NFL news, the Buffalo Bills are acquiring wide receiver DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears, along with a fifth-round pick in exchange for a second-round pick. New Orleans Saints defensive end Cam Jordan, he spent 15 of his year, all of his career with New Orleans. He's going to hit free agency for the first time in his career. The Steelers released veteran tight end Jonnu Smith, and Seahawks linebacker Drake Thomas agreed to a 2-year, $8 million deal to stay with the team. Wide receiver Gunnar Olszewski is returning to the Giants on a 1-year deal. The Cardinals released linebacker Akeem Davis-Gaither and defensive lineman Bilal Nichols. Houston Texans and offensive tackle Trent Brown agreed to a 1-year extension. Same 2-year extension for the Denver offensive lineman Alex Plzetzky, and the Boston Celtics upgraded Jason Tatum to questionable for Friday night's game against Dallas as he recovers from that Achilles injury. He's almost ready to go. I'm Martin Weiss.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Password.
Dack,
Enter, brother.
That's right. Come on in. With that password, you now have full access to this very fine radio program for the next 3 hours.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
That's right. Thank you, LeBron. No matter how you listen in, Fox Sports Radio, FoxSportsRadio.com, the iHeartRadio app, and SiriusXM Channel 83.
Wow.
And now, of course, live.
We'll do it live.
On YouTube.
Do it live.
Thank you,
I can
Bill.
I'll write it and we'll do it live. Do it.
Appreciate that. Say my name.
Rob
Parker. Say his name.
Keith McPherson.
That's right. And we are indeed the odd couple on this TV theme song Thursday. And guess what? You'll need our phone number because we are, without question, the most listener-friendly national sports talk radio show on the planet.
Aaron Maller.
On the planet.
Rich and Covino.
On the planet.
Martin Weiss and VJ Husky.
On the planet. There we go. And guess what? At least, sorry, when people are still awake. Sorry about that, Ben. All right, write it down. Committed to memory. 877-99 on Fox for you laymen out there who can't figure out the letters and numbers together.
It's not trigonometry.
It's 877-996-6369. And guess what? If you hear feedback on the line at your own fault, it means only one thing.
You forgot to turn down the radio.
That's right. And if you call in here and have a problem with what we're saying to you, guess what? Tough.
Well, I'm talking to you the way I want to talk to you. You have a problem, turn off your station.
That's right. Turn off your station. And with all that said, always remember.
Sweetie Beatty, yeah.
That's right. All right, let's go. Big show. Let me welcome in my co-host. He is Keith McPherson from WFAN in New York, filling in for Kelvin Washington. He did it yesterday. Here he is again. Keith, my man, what's happening? How are you?
Hold on, I already popped my headphones out. Let's get that back in order, and then I'll hit you with another New York I'm happy to be here. I feel like I went to sleep, and the day passed, and I'm right back. The time flew. I'm ready to rock, and I feel good because I got the reps last night. This isn't my first time today, so I got to do better. I got to crush it today. I think I did all right yesterday, but there's always room for improvement, so let's get it.
No doubt. You did fine yesterday, and great to have you again. Tomorrow, Martin Weiss will be in for Kelvin Washington, so we got fill-ins until
Can I
Kelvin
give a shout-out
back.
to Martin?
Sure.
Martin inspired me. So, free plug for the homies. I was watching Martin last week fill in for you, and he had on a hoodie that said, "God bless whoever hating on me." And I'm like, yo, is he from my area? Is he from
Jersey?
Jersey? He's not from Jersey. We do have a friend in common, though. He knows Joel Solomon. And this company, the brothers that started this company are from Lakewood, New Jersey, not too far from where I grew up in Ocean Township, Monmouth County, New Jersey. So
Yeah, that's
shout out to
wild.
Mark.
I actually just was in Vegas one morning, Sunday morning at Saturday night, Sunday morning. I saw somebody walking with that sweatshirt, and I just Googled it and bought it right then on the spot. So the marketing was great. But Joel Sullivan told me to look out for you, so happy to do the show with you today, my guy.
There we go.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right. Hey, let's welcome in the Odd Couple crew because we wouldn't be able to do this fine radio program without them. Rob G is our producer.
Bud Mexican is.
That's right. Alex is our engineer.
Alex, you're a hidden talent.
No doubt. Of course, Martin Weiss is at the anchor desk. He'll keep us updated throughout the program. And, of course,
Never heard of him.
Elijah
Who is it?
is our social media guru. And we should say that for over 40 years, TireRack.com has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free. That's right, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. So a lot to get into on this TV theme song Thursday. And Keith, just real quick, your favorite TV show. When we come back from breaks, we do play TV themes. Do you have one off the top of your head, or Alex can you can tell Alex at some point so he could get your favorite TV theme song?
Does it have to be like a sitcom?
No,
or like
any
a,
TV show. Any TV show.
Could be an anime, cartoon, whatever you want.
Yep,
I was
mystery.
about to say Dragon Ball Z.
Stop it.
Uh-oh,
Say
so
less.
You just got a
I'm gonna give you
fan
Z,
now.
I'm gonna give you
Look at that.
Pokemon.
Look at
Or
that.
Pokemon.
You and Alex
I want
are on
to
the
be
same
the
page.
very best. I don't really like. I mean, I watched Family Matters. I watched, My Brother and Me. I watched Fresh Prince, but I wouldn't say they're my favorites. I watched them, but I don't have a number one. I got to think. Give me some time to think about what's the favorite.
But you got the anime, so there we go. All right, trade in the NFL. As we know, the NFL is a lot of teams jockeying some trades, people being released, all kinds of movement expected as the free agent frenzy is about to hit us. And, of course, teams need to make moves so that they free up money to make other moves, Rob G. You had the news in Chicago. There was a movement with the Bears.
That's right. Big movement with Rob's favorite team, his favorite quarterback, Caleb Williams.
I'm all about Caleb. Hey, Alex.
We are not playing the damn song.
Yes, we are.
No, we are not.
We are.
The F we are.
Yes, we are.
Well, Alex is looking for it.
I want to make sure that Keith understands where I am with Caleb Williams, where everybody else, they were lukewarm on the brother because he got painted nails or whatever it is.
Because he wasn't good, Rob.
That's
because
all
he
it
wasn't
is.
good.
Yes, I'm just saying. But go ahead, Rob G.
All right,
We'll
so
get to that.
in any event, we'll get to Alex and efforting for it. Big trade in the NFL. Caleb Williams, number one wide receiver, gone. Traded to the Buffalo Bills. Josh Allen's got a new number one wide receiver. In summary, the Bills are sending a 2026 second-round pick to Chicago in exchange for DJ Moore and a fifth-rounder this year. The Bills will be guaranteeing $15.5 million of Moore's $23.5 million base salary in 2028 to facilitate the deal. So, long story short, DJ Moore out of Chicago, and the Bears suddenly flush with cash.
No doubt about it. You got it, Alex? Here we go. This is for you, Keith. Here we go. All right. There we go.
That's the last time we're playing it because
Yes.
it's got to be the Sam Darnold version.
All right,
Remember, you never paid up.
I'm going to do it.
Okay.
I'm going to do it. All right, here we go. I'm going to start here, Keith. And I get it. I know people hate to see you make move parts again, but Moore was coming off some career lows. 50 receptions, only 682 yards, both career lows, 6 touchdowns. And this was his third year with the Bears. And, there was a lot of money on the table there, and the Bears figured that they could get that kind of production out of somebody else. Now, for the Bills, I understand they need receivers, and they felt like, here's this I don't know if it's a reason to celebrate because their receivers aren't that good, but I look at it as a desperation move in this case, where Moore is at that time in Chicago. Again, he's not coming in off of a high or he did great. They don't move you if you're the Bears because you had a great season, right? They don't move you because they think we can't win without you. That's not when you move people. You move people when you go, you're making too much money and you weren't able to produce. So I'm not going to be mad at the Bears for moving on from a guy who caught some big touchdowns for him, made some plays, but overall is coming off of career lows. And if I'm the Bills, do you feel better today? You feel a little bit better. Did you solve all your offensive issues and your wide receiver issues? I don't think that happened today either. So I think the Bears made out better in this case, better than the Bills.
Yeah, the Bears won the trade. When I saw this trade come out, I immediately thought about Joe Brady and his connection to DJ Moore from Carolina. I immediately thought about Josh Allen, the turnover machine. Now, anybody that follows me, whether it's online or on air, since 2018, I had a campaign against Josh Allen, the turnover machine. They wanted to talk about Dak that year that he had all those interceptions. I'm like, yo, Josh Allen does the same thing. And this year, going into the Denver game, I have a video on my Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, everywhere, where I basically read his mind. I'm like, he's going to have a costly fumble. He's going to have a costly interception, maybe two. He did have two. He's going to miss a wide open receiver. He's going to lose the game for them against the Denver Broncos defense. They were crying in the club. Remember after that game, they were all crying after they lost that Denver Broncos game. And the Bills Mafia got real loud, right? They kicked Sean McDermott to the curb, and then they go out there and say all that about Keon Coleman, and what did they just do? They paid a high price for a receiver that's getting up there in age when you got all these receivers coming in the draft, and what they will not do, what they refuse to do, is blame Josh Allen. They want to say every year he doesn't have the weapons. He's got two tight ends. He's got Khalil Shakir. He's got guys. They got Brandon Cooks. They got Curtis Samuel. They got enough guys to make it happen, and he's got one of the best running backs in the league. But what they won't do is put it on Josh Allen. They will never just say, Josh didn't play good enough. Josh didn't take care of the football. Going into the half, Josh made a mistake. They will not put it on Josh Allen. So now,
and he made a huge mistake.
They're picking up $15 million of this contract, and they gave up a second-round pick for DJ Moore. You could draft a – hey, listen, we'll see how it plays out. But to me, this is the Bills Mafia being loud, and this is them folding. This is Billy Beane folding, saying, yeah, we'll go get a guy. What's the price for A.J. Brown if you just paid this much for DJ Moore?
I'm with you. I don't look at it as DJ Moore is not going to fix Josh Allen and fix the problems that they have there. I get it. He's had some good years and whatnot, 3 years in Chicago, but last year was a clear sign. You don't give up on a guy like that. If you really believe that he's a part of your offense, a big part with your quarterback, you just don't go away from people if you don't have to. But they looked at it and said, not at $29 million or whatever he was owed. We can do better. And again, there are receivers out there, people that you can replace. And I think the Bills, if you're a Bills fan, are you excited, thrilled, or do you feel like, okay, we're in the mix again for the AFC Championship game? I don't know if that's that kind of move today.
And for the Bears, if you go back and remember, he was politicking and campaigning for them to keep Justin Fields. Look at the season Justin Fields just had. The last two seasons Justin Fields had.
That's a great point.
Nobody is listening to you, DJ Moore. And then not for nothing, Ben Johnson comes in, the mad scientist. Let Ben Johnson cook with Luther Burden and Rome Odunze. They don't need DJ Moore. DJ Moore, he was never really as big on Caleb Williams as you are, ever. And even though Caleb Williams threw him the ball, there was one game I bet on DJ Moore to score, and he did. I think it was the Niners game. Everybody scored but DJ Moore. I'm like, man, they don't even need this guy.
And so they made the move today. 877-99 on Fox is our telephone number, 877-996-6369. Where are you on this? Did the Bills get better? Did they fix one of their problems? If you're a Bears fan, are you crying in your beer that DJ Moore has gone north to Buffalo? Where are you? Who won this trade? Who made the right move here? You hate to give up players sometimes, and I get it. People get comfortable and familiar with people, Keith. But there's change in the NFL, and sometimes you got to move on, and you'd rather give up on somebody a year early than a year late. And coming off career lows, I think the Bears did the right thing. We want to hear from you on this TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
For possibly an anime theme song coming back in the US of A.
Here we go.
Phil Jackson famously said that if you're going to win a championship, you got to win 40 games before you lose 20. And after the Boston Celtics lost last night to Nikola Jokic and the Nuggets, it's official. There are only 3 teams in the NBA that can actually win a championship. The OKC Thunder, the San Antonio Spurs, and our Detroit Pistons. In fact, I think it's 18 of the last 19 NBA champions have reached the 40-20 rule. So, guys, why are we even bother watching the end of this season?
Well, we have no choice because we got to get to 82 games. But I'll say this. This obviously any rule can be broken in this case, 18 out of 19, meaning it didn't happen one time. But I think the reason why this works is because we talk about it all the time. I sit here, me and Rob, we pride ourselves in talking baseball. And in baseball, you have no idea. Now, the last couple of years, yes, the Dodgers on paper have looked like the best team and ultimately have won it. But baseball, you can spend the most money, you might not make it. You can spend the least, you got a chance to make it. You can be middling, you can make it. You can barely stumble in and get to the World Series. It's different. Football, a lot of people didn't think the Seahawks would end up being ultimately the champions, let alone the Patriots make it to the Super Bowl. It's a little more topsy-turvy, first to worst. You can be the worst team, the Bears, in the division. Now you're the best. It's just like that. Basketball, you kind of know going in, here are the 2-3 best teams. Maybe there's 4, but you kind of have an idea as who they are. And in this case, with these 3 teams, we knew the Thunder would be good. In fact, beginning of the season, they were winning so much and winning so dominantly, we were like, oh, well, shoot, if it's it stands for injuries, they might as well win it. The Spurs have showed them, not quite yet, winning 4 out of 5 versus them throughout their season. And the Spurs put themselves right there in the thick of things. But that means you have incredible depth, and the Pistons are in this case as well. You have incredible depth, you have some type of identity, and you have some type of continuity. And the 3 teams that have that are these 3 teams. Now, I think it's like the AFC, NFC in the NFL. I believe the Western Conference is going to win the championship. I thought that whoever won the NFC was going to win the Super Bowl. And so I think it comes down to the Spurs, and it comes down to the Thunder because they play great on both sides of the ball, a la the Pistons as well. And they have a star, Wemby. You can even say Castle for the Spurs as well. We know what SGA is. And then Cade's case for the Pistons. So all the criteria, the formula you would check for a championship team, only one being experience, you got to kind of learn it for the Spurs and the Pistons. But it makes sense for them. If you make me pick today, I'm picking the Thunder. Obviously, we still have to wait how everything plays out. But the checklist is there for those 3 teams. And I think at the end of the season, Rob, we're going to be looking at 19 out of 20. This is the case.
Yeah, I think that this doesn't work this year, especially because of the injuries and where we are. This is where you have to throw out. Phil Jackson, he's got a wooden leg when it comes to this, and I'm not buying into
this. Attack of wooden legs is crazy.
I'm just saying.
What?
What did
the wooden leg do to you?
No, he's just, I know he's got leg problems, but my point is that this might have worked if you take a look at this year and realize like the injury part. Even the Celtics are 38-20. So you mean tell me that they're totally out?
Yeah, they had
because
that shot,
they're the season's over.
To the Nuggets.
Without their best player playing all year, they're 38-20, so they can't win. Oh, possibly. And then the Pacers last year went to the finals. Of course, they're missing their best player. Their season has been a total wash.
They didn't have to be that bad, though.
Okay.
My gosh.
Yeah, but they're bad. It happens. We saw it in San Antonio when they got when they had the Admiral, and then they wound up getting
Tim Duncan. It worked out perfectly.
Right. So they were really, really bad, even though they had the Admiral, and that can happen to you. In Denver, we know the Joker was hurt, missed a significant amount of time. 16 games. You can't tell me that they can't get it back together.
They're there.
They're 37. They're 3 wins away from the 40, so they're eliminated because they didn't get there.
I didn't make the rule right.
And their best. Well, this is why I'm saying that the rule stinks. And if you were to put your thumb on it and smell it, it would not be a nice thing.
Okay. Wow.
Well, that's another Knicks. And then that brings you to the Knicks.
Hey, yo!
Yeah, what a trend. That's a perfect segue to the Knicks.
And then the Knicks, they do have a new coach. Things haven't gone swimmingly for them at all. But are they out of it? Can they not win? Yes, they can. Cleveland, Garland missed a lot of times with the Cavaliers. Now they got James Harden. I know he's got a thumb issue as well. What's going on with the thumbs?
Our thumbs. It's something in the Eastern Conference with thumbs.
But it's Thumbgate. But you get my point. Is there are a lot of teams that are hovering right around that. So in this case where guys have been injured and whatnot, I'm not buying into Phil Jackson.
I mean, I
think Phil Jackson's 40-20 this year does not compute. And that's why you have to take a look at it. Everything has to have context. And when you take the Joker off for 16 games and you take Halliburton off and you take Tatum off for a season, it's got to alter a little bit, and I don't think it's going to hold.
I don't disagree that if we're sitting here in what would it be 2-3 months, and then the Nuggets are champions, I don't think anybody's going to be like, what? Now a couple other teams, I would actually be shocked with the Cavs. They have the talent. I don't buy the heart. Talent on paper. If I listed the names, I'd give you that. But I don't buy it. I think it does come down to the Knicks and the Pistons. I think the Celtics will be.
See, the Pistons. Here's my issue.
Go ahead.
3-point shooting, 21st. They play different in the postseason. You got to be able to make shoot.
But I don't think the winner's coming out of the East regardless.
No, but I'm just saying, even to get there, it's a different.
Drag it. Hey, yo.
It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. Fox Sports Radio, Odd Couple. That's right. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. That's right. Watch us right now. Simulcast. You can hear us on the radio. Watch us on YouTube.
Do it!
Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't stop there. Hit that Knicks thumbs up icon and comment away. That's right. Check us out on YouTube. Watch us live right now. Search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Okay, Keith, what was that on TV theme song Thursday? Alex,
Man,
Keith, what was that?
That took me back to after school. That took me back to, my brother coming home with the VHS tapes that were in Japanese dubbed, and they had the English subtitles underneath them. Dragon Ball Z, from Goku to Vegeta to Goten to Trunks to I was a kid watching that consistently. Find out next time on Dragon Ball Z. That was a blast from the past right there.
There you go. It is a TV theme song Thursday here on The Odd Couple. But we're talking the Bears and the Bills and the trade. DJ Moore, where are you?
The Bears.
That's right. Who won the trade? You're if you're a Bills fan, Bills guy, DJ Moore showing up. And if you're Chicago, you're disappointed, mad that he's not there anymore. Let's kick it off in Chicago with Harold. You're on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Harold?
What's up, guys? What's going on? You guys' name's Keith, right?
Yes, Keith McPherson.
Hello.
What's up, Keith?
What's up?
You must be around my age if you're talking about VHSs of Dragon Ball Z, because I'm turning 40 tomorrow. So
I'm 37.
Yeah, you guys
And
are
my
right
brother,
around.
my brother, yeah, my brother was 10 years older than me,
and
so he introduced it to me.
And Harold, happy birthday tomorrow. 40 years old. That's a milestone. Very nice.
HBD.
Thank you. My knees feel old, though. My knees feel 60. Oh.
All right, you're DJ Moore of the Bears. What do you think?
I don't like it. I'm still not haven't processed it yet. We love DJ. When it came to the big catches, he caught them all. As much as his stats went down total, I know Caleb had to divide the ball a lot, but his per was still up there. But I guess as Chicago fans, we just don't trust Rome yet. But eventually, he has to step it up. Colson, of course, is our best receiver, and we've got Luther Burden. So the next wave is coming in. But as far as when you need the go-to guy, I think it's fair to say last season, at least, I can't speak for the other seasons, it was DJ. As, okay, we need a game-winning touchdown. We need something to save the day. And DJ stayed healthy, too, majority. That's the thing, too, a lot of people don't talk about. Luther and Rome were injured periodically. Even Colston got injured towards the end. DJ was consistently healthy. So as a Bears fan, I am afraid of that health factor. But Bills got the number one receiver they wanted. They've been going at this for a while. The wide receiver market's kind of barren right now. It's DJ Moore, Stephon Diggs, or A.J. Brown. So it's like between those three, I think, in my opinion, DJ's probably the safest. As far as
I would say
mentality.
safest, yeah. A.J. Brown might be the one that could be over the top, you know what I mean, if he performed well and had his head on right. But we appreciate it. Thanks, Harold. We appreciate you. James in Virginia, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, James? How are you?
Oh, thank you for taking my call, gentlemen. Happy Thursday, man. Salute the Commanders, Odd Couple OG.
No doubt.
Man, no doubt, man. I've been since day one, Rob. Hey, look, man, I got to disagree with y'all, though, for real, because a lot of the points the man hit just a minute ago. DJ Moore is a solid receiver in the NFL. He immediately becomes the best receiver in Buffalo.
Yeah, but what does that say about
that
say about the receivers in Buffalo as he's coming off of career lows? That's all I'm saying. And at that price.
No, without a doubt. But like you said, they had so many mouths to feed in Chicago, they can't give him the ball every time. But when they needed a big play, he showed up. And tell me this, yo, like the draft is a hit or miss, boom or bust. You never know what you're going to get from a rookie. I mean, tell me last year the rookie that blew up, well, a receiver, maybe Burden, but he was in and out the lineup like my man said. All I'm saying, though, is they got a proven vet in the NFL that's on the right side of 30, ready to produce, ready to win now. I think it's a good move for Buffalo, but they're going to have to add more. They're going to have to do more for Josh Allen because he made mistakes.
All right.
You guys have a great day, man. Salute the Commanders.
Thank you, James. Appreciate you. 877-99 on Fox. Brody in Phoenix, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brody? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, guys?
Doing great.
I just want to say, normally I agree with a lot of your takes, but as a Buffalo Bills fan myself, I have to disagree on this one.
All right.
I think if you look back on the past couple of years, Josh Allen's always missed the number one. He's never had one. And look, the NFL is a game where you give and take, and we haven't had a lot of luck in the draft, especially in those first two rounds lately. So I think this is a good take, finally getting a sure thing. And look, Josh Allen makes mistakes, but the reason he's always forced to play that hero ball and having a sure thing on the field really helps him, especially this past year when we were missing Kincaid for a while. I think it's going to be important to have a guy that you can be relied on in those big situations, which we find ourselves in quite a bit.
All right. Appreciate that. And we appreciate you, Jody. Thanks for Brody. Thanks for calling in on the Odd Couple. All right, coming up next, Henry McKenna from Fox Sports. Of course, he's an NFL, foxsports.com. He's an NFL reporter. We'll get into the movement, all these other players maybe moving on, and the trade and all kinds of stuff like that. But first, let's get you caught up with Mr. Martin Weiss. He's at the anchor desk. What's up, Martin?
You guys just were breaking it down. The Buffalo Bills acquiring wide receiver DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears, along with the 5th-round pick. They're giving up a 2nd-round pick. Defensive end Cam Jordan from the New Orleans Saints. He spent all 15 years of his career in New Orleans. He's going to hit free agency for the first time in that career. Pittsburgh Steelers released veteran tight end Jonnu Smith. The Seattle Seahawks and linebacker Drake Thomas have agreed to a 2-year, $8 million deal. The Houston Texans have agreed to a 1-year extension with offensive tackle Trent Brown. Jason Tatum upgraded to questionable for tomorrow's game against the Mavericks. The Wizards announced Anthony Davis will be out for at least 2 more weeks due to ligament damage in his left hand, a.k.a. we're going to tank. The Houston Astros All-Star and Dominican Republic shortstop Jeremy Payne is going to miss the opening round at least of the World Baseball Classic. He fractured the tip of his right finger, and 5-time All-Star outfielder Andrew McCutchen signed a minor league deal with the Texas Rangers. In the NBA, got 2 games in action right now. The Mavericks lead the Magic 20-15. Cooper Flagg is in the lineup right now. He's got 4 points, 1 for 5 from the floor. Yeah, that's 23-15. That was about 4 minutes left in the first quarter. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left in the first quarter. The Utah Jazz and the Washington Wizards. It's a 28-20 lead for the Jazz. In the NHL, got a few games right now. Toronto and the Rangers tied 1 apiece. 12 minutes left first period. 8 minutes left first period. Utah and Philadelphia scoreless. Buffalo up 1-0 on Pittsburgh 7 minutes into the first period there. And 6 minutes left in the first period. Columbus up 1-0 on Florida. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Martin. It is the odd couple, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, filling in for Kelvin Washington, 877-99 on Fox. As we wait for our guests, we'll also continue taking some of these phone calls about the Bears and Bills trade. Who won the trade? Where are you on that? So let's do that, Keith. Let's go to Trent in Wichita. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Trent?
My man. All right, here's the deal, man. As a Bears fan, I like it. I think it gives us a chance to free up some money, and with our center leaving, we got to replace some things, and we got to work on that defense. So, and we have plenty of hands ready to catch some balls. You know, Burton, first 7 games last year, he had 150 yards. Last 9 games, he had 500. You know, I mean, he came on strong, and you know, DJ Moore, he's a good, solid receiver, but the guy, you know, Adunze missed 4 or 5 games last year, and you would think Moore's numbers would be better. You know what I mean? Since he didn't.
That's
have that
a good point. Yep.
And they weren't. And so there were some games where he didn't even have a catch. You know, I mean, he goes silent sometimes. And so I think, I mean, losing him, did we want to lose him? No, but we cleared the cap space, and we got guys. Burden's ready to take off, man. Burden's a stud. And with Loveland and Komet, we're going to keep Komet. And we're going to have the 2 tight ends, and we'll be ready.
And Trent and Keith, I want to ask you this. I want to put it out there. We've seen this before in the NFL. There's a bad play, you lose a playoff game, Keith, and you don't come back to play. There was a miscommunication when they lost that game where DJ Moore didn't continue on that route. Am I right? Like we've seen that happen, and this could be part of it. I remember the onside kick where the Packers didn't go to the Super Bowl against Seattle. You remember that? The tight end knocked the ball from Jordy Nelson's hand, and he didn't come back to the Packers. We've seen this before. I wonder if the DJ Moore play to lose that playoff game had something to do with this as well.
It very well could have. I'm blanking on the play.
It was the end of the game. You remember they come back and they go to overtime. He throws a touchdown. And
they always say one play doesn't lose your game. Obviously,
but it was an interception to end it for the Bears.
So they could have watched the film and very much put that one on DJ Moore.
I'm just throwing it out there. That's
Caleb
all.
Williams. That's not a reason to necessarily move on from him, trade him. I'm telling you, it was the money. And sometimes guys need a change of scenery, right? I think he's got a little bit of an attitude. Like we've got some things that we've seen in the past, and we don't necessarily know, but maybe he wasn't all in. Maybe he wasn't. If they had a back and forth after that in the film and he felt some kind of way, they're probably like, bro, we're not running you this money. Let's see what we can get for him, right? We've got younger guys. We can draft another receiver. And not for nothing, like they've got the 2-headed monster in the backfield too with Swift and Monungai, and like they've got 2 tight ends. Like they have options. And again, I go back to Ben Johnson. Ben Johnson can make it work with anybody. And Caleb Williams has started to come into his own. If DJ Moore is like the elder statesman of that offense and feels like he should be the number 1 and hasn't actually been the number 1, go be the number 1 with Joe Brady. Go be the number 1 with Josh Allen in Buffalo. Good luck trying to get those guys back to the promised land.
And I hear you. And I just throw that out there because I've seen it happen before, and when it's a play like that where it looked like he stopped running the route. It wound up being an interception. And you're coming off career lows on receptions, and yards. I think when you factor that in, and you're right, the amount of money he's making, they can go, we can get the production that we got from him from somebody making far less. Let's squeeze in another call. Jordan in Atlanta, you're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Jordan? How are you?
What's going on? How you doing?
Doing great. How are you? Go ahead, buddy.
I was gonna say, I think the Bears. I think both teams won. I think now my man is gonna go to Buffalo. Breath of fresh air. He'll feel more needed and necessary out in Buffalo. And I think the capital that the Bears get back, they can apply to their defense and try to build a traditional Bears, solidified defense going forth. Now they have, arguably they probably have their best quarterback ever in their team's history right now, on the rise. Now they can build the defense. But I want to say something really quick about my man. He was talking about Josh Allen and saying how Josh Allen is a turnover machine.
Yep.
Man, you got to admit, Josh Allen has improved the last couple of years, the more pieces he's gotten. And the way you were dogging him out for turnovers, man, I thought you were talking about Caitlin Clark, man. I'm like, come on, man, cut him a break.
I don't watch too much Caitlin Clark, but I'm telling y'all, go look up the numbers since 2018. He turns the ball over, and it is the type of thing that damned him in that playoff loss, but nobody wanted to call that out. Nobody wanted to call out his 2 interceptions, his 2 fumbles, because he's the golden boy, right? I even saw somebody in the chat talking about how he's an MVP.
The one at the half.
But you say they don't call him out. Who is they? Because everybody in mainstream sports, they always
not everybody. And if we go back to like Dan Orlovsky, Chase Daniel, those guys were saying, oh, man, like they were feeling bad for him because he cried at the podium. He turned the ball over. When C.J. Stroud was turning the ball over, they killed him in the playoffs.
I would hate to hear your Caitlin Clark analysis, but, I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, I've seen like 2 Caitlin Clark games. I'm not going to hold you. I'm not really watching Iowa or the Indiana Fever. I got too much else on my plate to watch. I don't really watch Caitlin Clark. And she was hurt, and she didn't even come and play in Barclays when she was supposed to play at Liberty. I got no analysis on her. I think she's better than Peyton Pritchard, right? I think Reggie kind of missed with that one, but I don't watch Caitlin Clark. I don't watch WNBA too much.
Yeah, I never missed the WNBA. I never watch it, so I never miss it. I'm just saying. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington. And the other 2 things I just wanted to get in quickly, too, is Tua and Kyler Murray. Just your thought. What do you think those guys could wind up? It's interesting. I told you I thought Kyler Murray failed in the NFL so far. I mean, this guy was one of the most elite athletes we've ever seen. First round in the NFL, first round in MLB, and he's on his way as the Cardinals are cool with parting ways and moving on without him. What about Tua? Where are you on Tua and his ability?
I don't know. I think I read a report today that they want somebody to take on his contract and give up a first-round pick for Tua? For
Would the Jets? You're in New York.
Nah. No way. No way.
No
the Jets
way,
fans
no
would
how?
hate that. They faced him. He was in division. No. So the
He
thing
put
about
up
Tua
a 70-piece at one point. Are we forgetting
against
that?
the Broncos, or who was that against?
It was the Broncos. Absolutely. It was the Broncos.
Tua needs everything perfect around him. He needs a good offensive line. He needs a good run game. He needs receivers, dynamic receivers. He needs the right play calls. I don't think he's done either, but he has an injury history, concussion history. I think anybody that's willing to give up a first-round pick and take on his contract is crazy. They paid him because they thought it was going to work with McDaniel.
You asked for the moon. I don't think anybody's giving that up. I agree with you. Those are some high demands. But there could be some dumb teams, right? You're like, hey, you throw it out there and see what they think, and then you know what you really want to take for him. Maybe you can squeeze out a little bit more, extra draft pick, you know what I mean, or something of that ilk. But a first-round pick and the entire contract, absolutely not. Otherwise, if he was that great, you would still keep him, wouldn't you? You're the Dolphins.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any teams that are ready to win now that are that desperate. There's no match for me. It's definitely not the Jets.
Do you expect the Jets to take any of the available quarterbacks out there rather than saying they're going to go with a young quarterback and build and don't care if they lose?
I think they may trade for a backup type. I was talking about Tyson Bagent as we speak on the Bears and DJ Moore. Tyson Bagent, I like his story, and I think quietly he's one of the better backups in the league. They also will probably sign a free agent. I think they trade for a veteran and sign a free agent because their quarterback room right now is nothing. It's Brady Cook. Tyrod wants to come back, but Tyrod is about to be 36, 37. And then Justin Fields is going to, they're going to cut him. They need to rebuild their quarterback room. Maybe they do draft a rookie, but you can't rely on them. In this league, you're always going to need 2 quarterbacks for the most part. I think that they go get a Tanner McKee or a Davis Mills or a Tyson Bagent, but then also they explore Kyler Murray or Kirk Cousins.
I just wonder that, at some point, if you're Aaron Glenn, do you need to start winning some games? I know it's okay. They let you off the hook. They let you off the hook on the first year. You had a horrible first year, and most guys would have been fired after that year. Remember, he's a defensive guy, and they had no interceptions. I mean, there was a lot to dislike the way he handled the media. You remember he wouldn't even announce who the starting quarterback. It was really bad. I would have fired Aaron Glenn, but the Jets didn't do it. I think he needs to win some games this year. All right, it is the Odd Couple on the TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker and Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. Coming up next, got a lot. Play today, Shekel City. And did you see what the Pelicans did to my man Stephen A? I want to get Keith's take on that and much more. It is the Odd Couple. And you know what you need to do. Stick and stay.
Because Stephen A will say something like this in the US of A.
Kelvin, you don't understand. You don't understand. Just the facts, okay? Look, okay? We're going to poo-poo that attitude. We're going to poo-poo that. That's not what we're going to do here on this show. I'm doing a Rob Parker imitation in case my audience doesn't know.
So Pat Riley got a statue, right, at Crypto.com before the Lakers' ugly loss to the Celtics.
Does it include wrinkles? I just want to know.
Oh, God. Is it a Marnie suit? You jealous about that?
No, that ain't going to wrinkle.
Yeah. So afterwards, he met with the media. And, of course, LeBron played for the Lakers. LeBron played for Miami Heat when Pat Riley was there. And he was asked about the Heatles, the big three, Miami, LeBron, D-Wade, Chris Bosh, and whether or not he felt like they let some meat on the bone there in Miami. Take a listen.
I thought, getting the big three, Dwayne, Chris Bosh, and especially LeBron, that we had finally put together what I thought could become a dynasty. It was, 4 trips to the finals in a row, 2 world championships, was an incredible run. And as a coach, and as somebody who really thought about how to build that particular team, and you built it, I saw something that could have lasted 8 to 10 years. But I understood, as I said in my speech, is that the business in the NBA is the business in the NBA, and players have an opportunity to go somewhere else. And he went to Cleveland, and he won a title up there. So I wish him nothing but the best. But I want to be selfish here and say I wish I had him for another 6 or 8 years. Would have been great, but we'll never know, will we?
It's official. Pat Riley's senile. Okay, Pat Riley, we want to play this for you because this was LeBron when he got to Miami.
Not 2, not 3, not 4, not 5,
not 6,
not 7. And when I say that, I really believe it. I'm not just up here blowing smoke at none of these fans. Because that's not what I'm about.
The idea that Pat Riley, I know he's 80. I'm going to cut him just a little bit of slack.
Can he get a little bit?
Just a little bit. Okay? But the idea of, there was going to be some dynasty there if he stayed. Does he remember a couple things? First of all, they gave up a championship to a Dallas team that had no business beating them.
They shouldn't have lost that one.
Then, don't forget, the Spurs dismantled them when they lost that one, so they won 2 out of 4. If you think that was great when you put together such a team and came away with 2 championships out of 4, and don't forget, if it wasn't for Ray Allen, and I'm going to bring it up, they would be 1-3. Half the fans at the arena, where were they, Kelvin? They were
Headed to the
outside.
car and said, "Let us back in."
They were outside banging on the door to get back in because they thought they lost that one. Go back and watch the video. Pat Riley, when LeBron took his headband off and was almost in tears because he thought they had lost it. They brought the ropes out in the trophy. Do you remember?
They did.
And Ray Allen hit a miracle shot. They wound up winning that and winning that championship, and that saved what they had going. There's no way you can look at that and think that was good. At the very least, Kelvin, they'd have to win 3 in a row to do something special. How few teams have won 3 in a row with the team that they had? Am I right?
No, you're right.
LeBron was saying, not 2, not 3, not 4. He wouldn't do that.
5.
He wasn't joking. They thought when they put that team together, they were going to run off 5 or 6 in a row. Who was going to beat them in the East? They were going to go to the finals every year. It's like the Patriots playing in the AFC East, AFC least. That's what the East was when they put together that team in Miami. Nobody was going. LeBron went to the finals, 10 years in a row or whatever? Dude. And the idea that they only got 2 championships out of that, lost to an inferior Dallas team, and got bulldozed by the Spurs.
Oh, the Spurs, they were on a mission. They weren't losing to nobody.
And they nearly lost that other one to the Spurs. Kawhi missed a free throw. Manu Ginobili missed a couple free throws. Like they were on the cusp of being 1-3 with 4 straight trips to the NBA Finals. So no, Pat Riley, him sticking around didn't mean you were going to have some dynasty going on, because what you had done was mid at best. I call it underachieving. That team underachieved that they couldn't put together 3 championships in a row.
Well, I think you're overselling the like what they could have done. I think going at 4 and winning 2 was fine. You wanted more, but if I told you to win 2 out of 4 and you go for 4 straight, that's insane.
No, it's not. Not when that Dallas team. Not when they lose to Jason Terry and
if you're talking about blemishes on LeBron's career,
if
there's a this, if there's a that, if there's a this, if there's a that, that's number one. Because even if they say they lost, it's how they went out, and specifically him, how he went out in a loss. So I'm with you on that. Here's a couple of things I got to add to Pat Riley. I'm going to work backwards here to the most important. Number one, Dwayne Wade's decline was epic from there on. And I would argue, believe it or not, Rob, because we saw LeBron in the East, if you can get him another player, he can get you to the finals. More than anything, why it wouldn't have worked is because of Pat Riley. Pat Riley and LeBron James would not work.
It is a TV theme song Thursday here on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington. And, man, still a lot to get to on the program, starting with the play of the day. Let's do it.
Bridges driving past Gonzalez, up with the right hand. Bank shot is good. Miles Bridges now with 6 points, 2 back of Larry Johnson for a spot in the top 3 in Hornets history in career field goals.
Hornets Radio, there you go, the play of the day. And, of course, that's our Tire Rack play of the day. The play of the day is brought to you by Tire Rack. For more than 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive, shipped fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. All right, let's do some Shekel City, Keith. Here we go.
Welcome to Shekel City.
Oh.
The home base for Rob Parker's daily picks against the spread.
Did I do that? Did I do that? Yes, I did. Last night, I was 1-2 on my picks. I'm now 61-40, though, Alex. No?
Rob,
1-2 ain't no good.
We're in the business of making money.
There you go. All right, bad night last night. Here we go. I'm going to make it up for everybody. Tonight, my best bet, I'm taking the Spurs -2.5 in San Antonio, taking on the Pistons. I got Minnesota at home -4.5, taking on the Raptors. And I'm going to go with the Phoenix Suns -12.5. They host the Chicago Bulls. Again, Spurs -2.5. Minnesota -4.5. And the Phoenix Suns -12.5. There you go. And remember, Keith, I'm not telling you who to bet on. I'm telling you who I bet on. All right, Rob G. There was a little something going on between the New Orleans Pelicans and Mr. Stephen A. Smith. So much so that he responded on his show.
Hey,
First Take.
We don't call him Stephen A. around here, right?
We call him Steve
We call him
Smith.
Steve because we go way back like 4 flats on the Cadillac. with
No
Stephen A.
doubt.
Smith.
Yeah, Steve Smith
Yeah,
from Queens.
in case you didn't know what was going on, take it back. Zion Williamson did an interview with ESPN, and they talked about what went wrong with him in New Orleans and him being out of the lineup so frequently during his NBA career. And Stephen A. watched that interview, I think it was Malika Andrews, and came to the conclusion, well, hey, Zion has got a food addiction. He just can't put the fork down. That's the biggest problem. And that has sparked a social media firestorm between the Pelicans social media team and Stephen A. himself, so much so that he's gone on television saying, like, you don't want to make an enemy out of me, Pelicans. On First Take, it's been a whole big deal. Rob, you've been in a similar situation with the New England Patriots. Do you have a problem with what's going down with New Orleans and Stephen A?
I don't, because I had the same thing, Keith. I said that the Kansas City Chiefs would beat the New England Patriots in that AFC Championship game early on in Mahomes' career. The Patriots wound up winning, and I had said all this stuff about them, that it was time their reign of terror would be over. And on their, what was it, Rob G, their Twitter, they had 4 million followers, Keith, and they played my clips in all the touchdowns and all the great plays that the Patriots played. So I was like, I'm okay with that. If you're so bothered, that what I'm saying, that you want to put me on your platform and kind of rub it in my face a little bit, I'm okay with it. We do this for a living. We're critiquing people. We're criticizing people. I'm okay. What about you when it comes for pushback from teams?
When it comes to pushback from teams or fans or other commentators, it's all good. That's how the machine works, right? You're supposed to evoke emotion. You're supposed to get a reaction. You're supposed to say stuff that people care about, right? And with this social media era, right? I used to be a social media manager here in the city. I worked at MTV. I worked at Fubo TV. I even worked at Rock Nation, Jay-Z's company, with the NFL players. Everybody's thinking about how to go viral. Everybody's thinking about how to get a laugh. Everybody's thinking about how to get retweets and shares. So this stuff is all good as long as it doesn't get too personal.
I agree.
Now, what I'll say about Stephen A. is, Stephen A. got the rise out of everybody because now there are people talking about, hey, he should have been, had more sympathy about the addiction, the food addiction. Hey, Stephen A.'s got a platform. He's got to be more responsible with his platform. It's like, whoa, this is going in 10 different ways now.
Yeah, I think it could get too far out there if it's fun and poking back and forth. But I'm with you on this. If you're out there and you have a platform and you're doing stuff, even what I did with the Patriots, right? And I say that, and there's no reaction from them. Do I really matter? Maybe they don't even care what I say. For them to take the time to take what I said and edit that in and put it on their social media for 4 million people to see, it tells you that I've gotten what I wanted, which was to get on their nerves, to make the needle move a little bit. And I think that's what we're here for. The worst thing you can be in this business is where no one has an opinion about what you said, Keith. You want to be all the way to the right or all the way to the left. You want people to love you. Keith is the best thing since sliced bread, or Keith is horrible. I can't stand that dude. Like, that's where you want to be. You don't want to be in the middle. So I thought it was funny, and I know Steve didn't like it because they showed some of his basketball playing, him slipping down, and him boxing, and all that.
I wish the Patriots would have showed your baseball plays.
You
Rob.
know, I mean, the Patriots could have showed my baseball plays, and it wouldn't have been a pretty picture, but it's all good.
It wouldn't have mattered. No such
Hour
publicity
number
is bad
2 is coming
publicity.
up.
It's a win.
The Odd
It's a
Couple.
win.
So that's right. Stick and stay.
America!
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion. Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
According to Adam Schefter, the Indianapolis Colts are taking calls trying to trade linebacker Zaire Franklin. Franklin led the NFL in tackles in 2024. And Chicago Bears have sent DJ Moore and a 5th-round pick to the Buffalo Bills, getting a 2nd-round pick in return. New Orleans Saints defensive end Cam Jordan spent his entire career so far in New Orleans. That's 15 years. He's going to hit free agency for the first time in his career. The Steelers released tight end Jonnu Smith. The Seahawks and linebacker Drake Thomas agreed to a 2-year, $8 million deal. The Arizona Cardinals released linebacker Akeem Davis-Gaither and defensive lineman Bilal Nichols. Houston Texans offensive tackle Trent Brown agreed to a 1-year extension to stick with the team. Jason Tatum, questionable to return to the Celtics lineup Friday's game against Dallas. Remember, he tore his Achilles last postseason. I'm Martin Weiss.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 2 on a TV theme song Thursday here on The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington. Be sure to check out our brand new YouTube channel. You can watch us live on YouTube right now. That's right. We're simulcast right now on YouTube with video of the two of us. Just search Odd Couple FSR on YouTube. Again, that's Odd Couple FSR. Be sure to hit that subscribe button. Don't stop there. Hit the thumbs up icon and comment away. Tell everybody how great I am and how Keith is mid and all that kind of stuff. That's right. Just check us out on YouTube and watch us. Just search Odd Couple FSR and subscribe. Don't forget, coming up in about 28 minutes, Gary Washburn, one of the best NBA writers in the nation. Of course, he writes for the Boston Globe. He's the national NBA writer. We'll talk with Gary Washburn coming up. And, of course, Shop Talk. So hour number 2 is underway, Keith. Man, we got a really good topic coming up here, and Rob G is going to get us started on Steve Kerr had a big interview in the Bay Area, and he said some things that were pretty interesting.
That's right. I'll be your Molly Kieran, Rob. No problem.
There you go. Except for she's a little bit cuter than
she
you.
is. Okay. No, I'm not going to lie. Shout out to Molly Kieran. Yes, big news coming down in the Bay. Now, we've been talking about this for a couple of weeks now on the show. You've been saying, Rob, for a long time that you didn't like the way Steve Kerr was handling Jonathan Kuminga, right? Like, you didn't like what was going on, yo-yoing back and forth on the bench. Sometimes he plays, sometimes he doesn't. So they eventually trade him, right? He goes to Atlanta. In 3 games with the Hawks, he's averaging 21 and 7 in 27 minutes a game. They're outscoring opponents by almost 31 points per 100 possessions when he plays. So far, so good for Kuminga in Atlanta.
I'm not shocked.
Not shocked at all, which led to, most recently, Steve Kerr appearing on the radio 95.7 The Game with Mark Willard, friend of the show. Shout out to Mark Willard giving us content 2 weeks in a row.
My first partner here at Fox Sports Radio, Mark Willard.
So Mark Willard
never miss his show in the Bay Area.
I know you don't.
I never listened to it, so I never miss it. I'm sorry.
See?
Go ahead.
You ain't going to make it 6 years.
5.
5 years. So Mark had Steve Kerr on his radio program yesterday morning, and he asked him point blank, what do you say to the fans in the Bay Area who point to Kuminga and say, see, you don't know how to develop young talent? Here's Steve Kerr's response.
I remember when I got to Chicago, we had a couple of drafts, and I was in my 10th year, 9th year, and I asked Phil Jackson, what he thought of the guys we drafted. He said, well, it won't matter for a few years. And I said, how come? He said, well, because grown-ups win championships. And it's true. It's really hard to come in as a young player and be expected to have the knowledge and skill and feel that you have to have to be a championship NBA player. I would equate it to just about anything else on earth. Tell me the profession where a guy with the highest test scores at Stanford can go and, be a CEO or, be a partner in a firm or something. It just life doesn't work that way. And so I think when I think about any frustration from our fans, it's probably just coming from this idea that young players should get it right away. It just doesn't work that way.
So lame, and I'm not surprised to hear that from Steve Kerr. I would say if I was Mark Willard, I would have pushed back. Steve Kerr, you're talking about Phil Jackson, who had Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, and was winning championships. So, they got very low-rated, draft picks that joined the Bulls.
Okay.
All right? If you're going to do this, Keith, and say that adults win championships, right? Not rookie players, not draft picks, why the hell did you draft Wiseman or Moody or Kuminga? You should have traded them, on draft night because they're not going to help you win. It's a cop-out. How about the idea that, and Steve, why can't you admit that you can't develop young players? When they got Wiseman, they were like, oh, my God, they're going to be good for 20 years. Look at that. They're going to add them to what they already have. And they weren't able to do anything. The more I look at Steve Kerr's career, coaching, and how he's come off, it makes me want to throw up in my mouth. He's disrespectful to fans because he says to them when he sits down as stars and they've paid $400 or $500, tough luck. I guess, where you just have to suck it up and you bought the tickets and you're stuck. Now he isn't able to develop lottery picks, and then he's an enabler to Draymond Green, who he talks about adults in the room. Draymond is the biggest baby out there. So what is it, Steve Kerr? Explain to me. And thank God Mark Jackson got this thing started for you when you picked up Steph.
Don't go there with it.
Because that's what it is, Keith. What is he talking about?
Everybody has played that game. How many rings does he have with the Warriors? 4? How many rings he have with the boy? He could put a ring on every hand. He's been with Team USA. Are we talking about Steve Smith or Steve Kerr? Put some respect on his name. He's a man. He's 60. He's right, Rob. He's right with what he said. Now, I don't care about Wiseman or Kuminga. You got to draft those guys because those are the guys you got to draft. They're rated in the draft where they are. You got to take them.
Trade them if they're not going to help you.
No, you don't do that. And
Why
you're the
not?
Warriors.
Why
you're
not?
the Warriors.
Trade them for adults,
You don't have
Keith.
room. You don't
Trade
have
'em.
room for the guys. You have Steph and Clay and Draymond and all these other role players like Iguodala and listen. Steve Kerr is right though. Let's not get too far off of what he said because you don't like the man. He said grown-ups win championships.
I have nothing against him. I think that it's a lame excuse when you're drafting lottery picks, and you're saying you can't figure out a way to get lottery picks in the mix with a team that's already winning.
It's
that's
a
a cop-out on you. You're a coach.
There's a lot of teams that pick these guys and they don't pan out. They don't all work in the situations, in the cities, in the teams that they're in. And then he used Phil Jackson, and you didn't even take that. Like he went back to Phil, right? And you said, it's because he had Jordan and Pippen. No, he had to coach those teams. This is a guy that has won. This is a guy that knows about winning. This is a guy that knows about coaching. And he probably can identify when a young guy can't get coached up, can't get developed, not going to work, not going to waste my time with that. I don't know. I rock with Steve Kerr. When I was a wee little lad, I watched Steve Kerr hit that shot. I think Steve Kerr knows a lot more about this.
I covered him when he was playing for the Bulls, and I got all that. But there's also, where's his responsibility as a coach? Keith, as a teacher,
he's won championships. They're going to make a statue outside the building, outside the Chase Center for him. He's a legend.
But Steph and Clay were already there and developing when he got there.
Yeah, but
he
they
didn't
never got over the
anybody. But they were
His
young
leadership
players.
changed the culture.
They were young
They were
players.
consistent winners.
No, and it's a cop-out. If you're listening to Steve Kerr and he's going to push it off on the young kids that they couldn't figure it out. You only win championships with grown-ups and all that kind of talk.
It's championship
That's
or only
lame.
over there. It's
No, it ain't.
It's championship only. It's championship
not.
or bust over there. So that we don't have time for all this. You got to be ready to play. You got to listen.
Where
You
are
got
they
to take the
now?
coaching and go.
Where are they now? They've got Jimmy Butler.
Steph,
they wanted that.
Steph's got the the knee and Jimmy's done
okay.
and Draymond's got the podcast and
He
you know how
couldn't
it
figure
goes.
out a way to play Kuminga. Everybody knows the kid could play. Come on. Keith, you know basketball. That was a fumble. He fumbled all of these guys. He's a fumbler.
There's always something we don't know behind the scenes.
Yeah, everybody.
There's always
But it's
something
not
we
one
don't
player.
know.
If you told me it was one guy, maybe I could buy. Oh, it's behind the scenes. But it's every young guy that they bring in.
I don't
can't
know what's
figure
going
it
on,
out.
man. He let Jordan Poole get stole off on at practice. There's stuff that we don't
I
always
just
see
said that.
behind the scenes.
And that's another one. He didn't even wasn't even man enough to discipline Draymond Green. What
He don't
kind
want
of
no
coach
smoke.
is this?
He don't want no smoke
I don't
with
even
Draymond,
understand.
clearly.
Steve Kerr, really? Steve Kerr and
Listen.
Mark Willen let him off the hook. Everybody's
He's
up there
right,
has
though.
left him off the hook because they won a couple of championships. I'm sorry. I'm not going to bow down to Steve Kerr because
But we
what
got
has he
to.
done?
He's
no,
a winner.
we don't.
What has he done? He's got
With
5
those-
championships as a player. He's won 4 as a coach. He's always been around winning. I think he knows a thing or two about grown-ups winning championships. I got to just go back to the quote. Grown-ups win championships. He ain't got no time for the kiddie stuff. And then he even put it to every other type of career or profession.
So nobody
I
should
can
draft.
relate.
Nobody should draft young players, right? So
No, you have to draft them, but you're gonna
So wait
miss.
a minute.
You're
Can we-
gonna miss more than you're gonna hit.
Okay, can I give you this? And then I
Sure.
want to hear you stand on this or bow down. Because how did OKC win last year with a young team? That wasn't
it took them
no,
years to get there.
It's still a young team. They were the youngest team in the NBA. So this idea that only grown-ups win a championship is bull, poppycock, boulder dash. It ain't true.
It's a different league
No, it
now,
ain't.
and
It
these
ain't
guys
true.
these guys are entering the league a little more ready now, and that's a little different comp. That was a one-off. Can they do it again? He said
No, it ain't
championships,
no.
plural.
No.
plural,
You're
plural. Let's see
reading
if they can
into
do it
that.
again.
No, it ain't about
I'm
whether they
sticking
can
with the
do
quote.
it.
I'm sticking with what the man said. Grown-ups win championships. No Stanford kid can come out and be CEO of
Their
Apple right
average-
away.
their
It takes time. You got to learn. You got
Their
to grow up.
average age last year, OKC, ready? 25 years old. That was the average. That's not grown-ups. Those are
not
young
these kids
players.
now in this NIL era. These kids now are going to the G League, going back to college. It's a mess right now. I kind of understand what he's saying.
And their
I'm rocking
veteran
with
guys
Steve
were
Kerr.
off the bench. Caruso and Hardenstein. Come on, man. Steve Kerr.
They were there, though.
Here he is passing the buck. Don't blame me. I didn't do this. These young kids, they don't know
Nah.
what they're doing. They
He's got a
sound like
philosophy. He got
they
it from
sound
Phil.
like babies. That's what they
It's
are.
facts, though. It do be facts, though. You need grown men. You need
Here's
maturity.
Steve Kerr. Feed the baby. I got to change the baby. They don't have time to practice. They don't know what they're doing. Let me walk them. Let me put them in the walker, in the baby walker, stroller. Come on, Steve Kerr. These are
Ain't got time for
talented
them
lottery
kids.
picks. Stop it. I'm stopping.
Like Jordan said, F them kids. That's what Kerr is on.
Mark Jackson gets the credit for developing the young guys. He
Well, he
hasn't
didn't have a ring off
no,
of it. He
but
doesn't
my
like-
point is, he didn't develop anybody at Golden State. That's the crime of it. Those
And he
guys
didn't
were
have
developed
to.
before. He
And
hasn't
doesn't-
developed
he doesn't have
anybody.
to. There are some coaches like Kenny Atkinson, who was looked at as a developmental coach. I'm a Nets fan.
And here's the
unfortunately.
other thing, too.
And then they kicked him to the curb when they had KD, Kyrie. They're like, all right, that's enough. We don't need a developmental coach here.
No, here we go. Mark Jackson did all the heavy lifting, put him in the situation to get there. And then guess how Steve Kerr's name really got built off the back of KD? Because he couldn't do it, so that's why he's walking around with those extra rings. Steve Kerr is also the author of one of the greatest chokes in the history of the NBA when they choked down a 3-1 lead. Steve Kerr, 0. He doesn't develop players. He doesn't respect fans, and he's a Draymond Green enabler. I'm out on Steve Kerr. He's done nothing for me, and to get up there and have a lame excuse in the Bay Area on the radio is shameful.
He's a champ. He knows a thing or two about winning. He ain't rocking with them kids. Them kids don't get it. Grown-ups win championships, the end. I'm with him. I hear you. He's 60. He's a man. Come at me. I'm a man. I'm 60. Steve Kerr knows a thing or two about it. It is what it is. He's going to try and win again, but not with some young guys coming in the NBA that don't get it. Grow up.
877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Are you buying these excuses, these lame excuses from Steve Kerr? Are you in or out on him as a head coach? It is The Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, where we deliver insight, not noise, right here on Fox Sports Radio. And you know what you need to do. You need to call in and call Steve Kerr out for that lame radio interview in the Bay Area. Stick and stay.
Especially if you never miss Mark Willard's radio show in the U.S. of A.
2 NBA players that are historically played very hard are LeBron James and Steph Curry.
LeBron James.
They were supposed to square off on Saturday night on prime time on ABC. Problem is, Steph's still dealing with a knee injury. Lakers roll by 30. That's not the story. The story is that before that game, on Friday afternoon, Steve Kerr was on the radio in the Bay talking to a friend of ours, Mark Willard. Shout out to Mark Willard.
Shout out to Saw him at San Francisco. Did you guys see him?
That's right. I did see Mark Willard. He
Shout
used
out
to be
to
my
Mark.
old partner
He
when I
worked with
first
everybody
started here.
He
Yeah.
literally had, like, I've done shows with him, Mark. Yes.
Legitimate friend of the show. So Kerr was on Willard's radio show, 98.7 The Game, and Willard asked Kerr, tell us, in your opinion, how you think the game has changed, or how these two specifically have changed the game of basketball in their 20 years or so in the NBA. Here's Kerr's response. Take a listen.
Steph has changed the game dramatically with the shooting. I mean, for all the reasons we know. I don't know that LeBron has changed the game as much as Steph, but he sort of took the mantle from, Kobe and Michael Jordan, that guy who is just head and shoulders above everybody athletically, but he's taken it to a new level with the versatility in his game. There's just never been a player like him.
You want to go? You want me to go?
Go ahead.
This is one of those, Steve Kerr is wrong. Steve Kerr is right. Here's what I mean. If we're talking just the actual X's and O's, I will absolutely say Steph Curry has changed the game of basketball. Have you seen a court? Any court? I coached my daughter's YMCA basketball a year or so ago, and what do I see? Little kids jacking up half-court shots, everybody shooting three. Literally, as I just said that, 2 different games going on over here. 2 different guys shooting threes. Steph Curry changed the game and got guys that take bad shots that they really shouldn't because, Steph, along with analytics, say 3 is better than 2 and I should shoot this and blah, blah, blah. So absolutely Steph Curry has changed it in that regard. Where I will say LeBron changed it is more so on the court and off the court and larger things. I'll explain what I mean. LeBron brought in the player empowerment movement to, for better, for worse, whether you like it, you love it. LeBron started the I'm going to do what's best for me. I'm going to do this. Let's team up. People don't like it, but that's what happened. LeBron had changed the game in that he was become very, very vocal about things that a superstar at that point lately we started to have where they didn't say anything. And he's became very vocal. He was talking about a lot of social justice issues. In fact, having issues with our current president, the first administration, going back and forth. So LeBron became very vocal, and you started to see guys right up under him start to speak out, including a Steph Curry, speaking out from time to time. So I believe LeBron in a larger scale changed things for the bigger player, the more independence for the player, the more beneficial things for the players in the league and as a whole. The actual gameplay, I do agree that Steph Curry is changing more because everybody can't walk around, Rob, 6'7", 6'8", 6'9", 240, 50, 60, best jumper, fastest dude in the league, strong, is top 5 strong dude in the league. That's a freak of nature. But what I can do is fire up some shots. What I can do is dribble, and then shoot. What I can do, come off some screens and shoot. And that was what Steph Curry enabled everybody to do. In college, as we watch, when the other TV has college on, high school, down to just pickup games. People are shooting shots that they never would have before. Those shots would have, if you play ball back in my day, you would have been on the bench. It's a bad shot. Absolutely, Steph Curry changed the game in that regard.
But he changed the game in a bad way. And people can talk about LeBron and player empowerment and some of the other stuff that he was involved in and whatnot that happened. He partly wrecked the All-Star game by not taking part in it and kind of downplaying it, and people followed his lead, and there's other stuff. But Steph Curry changed the game for the worst. Like, Steph Curry has a stain on the game, and I don't care, because part of what you talked about, he was taking ridiculous shots that shouldn't have been taken. Under most circumstances, coaches would have pulled guys out of games, just heaving up three-quarter shots, half-court shots, ridiculous shots in moments. And not only did those things be bad, other players who had no business taking those threes also decided.
That's what made it bad.
Right. But because he was making them. And if Steph Curry had missed some of those early on, they probably could have corralled him in and said, dude, what are you doing? Like Steph Curry, you can talk about all those big shots. That dipsy doodle behind the back pass in the
finals.
In the finals was like
threw the trophy out of bounds.
Am I right?
They made a meme, and instead of the ball, it was the trophy.
I mean, like that was the most ridiculous thing I'd ever in a big game like that. He's doing up to Klay Thompson, right? That went out of bounds. But my point is, Mark Willard, I would have said, had Steve Kerr said that. But you mean in a negative way, in a bad way, he wrecked the NBA. Place like home. One of my favorite themes right here, Keith. Let it breathe. Let it breathe. No place like home. Here we go. Ain't no place like Well, ain't no place like, no place, child. There you go. It is the Odd Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington here on Fox Sports Radio. And when cold weather sets in, everyday aches and pains can linger, but Alev's got your back. With up to 12 hours of body pain relief per dose, Aleve keeps you going in a long-lasting body pain relief this winter. Try Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains. Our telephone number, 877-99 on Fox. Talking about Steve Kerr, who says only grown-ups win championships. He can't be bothered developing lottery picks and all that other nonsense. Keith is with Steve Kerr. I'm down on Steve Kerr. Where are you? 877-99 on Fox. Let's go to the phones, Keith. We got Tyron in Tennessee. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up? How are you?
Doing good, man. Always a pleasure to be on with you. Let me just say this, man. Steve Kerr is a great coach, but man, it's a disgrace how he has handled talent. These lottery picks the last 5-6 years with Wiseman and with Kuminga. We all know Kuminga could have added something to Golden State. There's no way around it with an agent Curry, with an agent Draymond. He could have brought something, maybe extended, maybe made you contenders. Wiseman was a complete bust. That was a top 3, top 4 pick at the time. So the fact that he's had 2 lottery picks the last 5-6 years and ain't got nothing to show for him, has not developed them. One's not even in the league.
And you know what? Don't forget Moody. He's had 3 lottery picks.
Hey, Rob, that's a good point. Let me say this about this, man. Mark Jackson doesn't get the credit he deserves. He made Draymond, Steph, and Clay in the grown man. He unlocked them. They were going to break through. Mark Jackson never got a chance. Still in the face for nobody, a reason nobody knows. And he got an extra year. They were going to win the next year with him as coach. And you know what happened, Rob, if Mark Jackson had got a fair chance? They would have won more titles. Let me tell you something. Draymond would have been held accountable by Mark Jackson. He wouldn't have made the mistakes that blew a 3-1 lead against Cleveland when he got suspended.
No doubt, man. Thank you. I love the passion there. I love it. Tim in Queens, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Tim?
What's up, Rob? What's up, Keith?
How are you?
I'm good. I just wanted to say, Rob, I agree with you 100%. Steve Kerr overrated. I've been a Warriors fan since high school, and every pick he just throw them away. Don't allow them to make mistakes. Grow with the game. None of that. As soon as they make a mistake, he pull them out the game. How you expect the lottery picks to grow?
Yep.
How you expect a young player to grow like that? You can't. That's not how you coach basketball. Eric Spoelstra the same way. That's why the Heat is stuck in that same playing spot. The Warriors is the same thing. They need these old coaches, man. Sometimes they need to get with the time. Develop your young players. Let them play. Let them do. You telling me you can't use an athletic 6'9" wing?
Thank you. It don't even make sense. It makes no sense, Tim.
Old injury prone players on the Warriors. Come on, man.
Terrible.
Y'all have a good one.
Thank you, Tim. Appreciate it. Andre in Massachusetts. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Dre?
Well, what's going on? Thanks for taking the call. Listen, Steve Kerr, there's no doubt about it that he was gifted a championship in 2015, right? That was Mark Jackson's crew. He is the one that coined the Splash Brothers.
Yep.
He's the one that man down, gave them the moxie, gave them the confidence, and Steve Kerr just kind of took that team and pushed them over the finish line. So can't give him credit for the first championship. The last championship, I do feel Steve Kerr did earn his stripes on the last championship.
All right, but Dre, you know basketball. 3 lottery picks. You don't have any of those guys helping the Warriors? I mean, that makes 3 lottery picks?
They're lottery. It's a lottery.
But that means
it's not a guaranteed lot.
I know, but they're the best of the best. That's why they're in the lottery. They're the top
They won their
players.
championships. Let me guess. KD is the reason they won in between.
Of course. KD won those 2 championships.
All respect to Mark Jackson, but how come nobody else let him go win him a championship? Nobody else hired him to develop and bring.
He's been blackballed out of the NBA. I mean, whether people want to acknowledge it or not.
Yeah,
it ain't
I remember what he said, but
that's the fact. So, That's why
Shout out
Mark
to Steve
Jackson
Kerr
can
for helping
coach.
Ant-Man, too. Go do your Googles on Steve Kerr's impact on Anthony Edwards.
Okay.
I'm just throwing in my last little bit of Steve Kerr. I'm getting cooked. I know I can't win this battle. The callers, Rob, the chat, I can't win this battle defending Steve Kerr, but I feel how I feel.
It's all good. All right, coming up next, Gary Washburn from the Boston Globe, of course, the national NBA writer. We'll do that coming up. But first, let's get you caught up with Mr. Martin Weiss.
The Indianapolis Colts looking to trade Zaire Franklin, linebacker. He led the NFL in tackles in 2024. The team right now is $4.71 million over the salary cap. Zaire Franklin's got no money guaranteed, so this is pretty much a cap-compliant move they're trying to get that one done. The Buffalo Bills got one done today, acquiring wide receiver DJ Moore from the Chicago Bears. They had to send along a fifth-round pick to do that in exchange for a second-round pick. Cam Jordan, who spent 15 of his NFL seasons with the Saints, he's going to hit free agency for the first time in his career. The Pittsburgh Steelers released veteran tight end Jonnu Smith, and the Seattle Seahawks and linebacker Drake Thomas have agreed to a 2-year, $8 million deal. The Boston Celtics upgraded Jason Tatum to questionable for Friday's game against Dallas, and the Wizards announced Anthony Davis will be out for at least 2 more weeks. He's got ligament damage in his left hand, reportedly. Cooper Flagg back in the lineup for the Dallas Mavericks in the third quarter right now. Just under 10 minutes left. It's a 68-62 lead for Dallas over the Mavericks as Cooper Flagg just hit a 3. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. The Jazz beating the Wizards 72-58, 53-42. The Heat over the Nets with about 4 minutes left in the first half. 2 minutes left in the first half. The Warriors lead the Rockets 45-40. Excuse me. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. The Timberwolves lead the Raptors lead the Timberwolves 21-19, and the Spurs lead the Pistons 30-19. 4 minutes left in the first quarter. Victor Wembanyama with 12 early points. NHL action: Maple Leafs and Rangers tied 2 apiece. The Mammoth lead the Flyers 2-0. These are in the second period. Sabres 4-0 over the Penguins. 4 minutes left in the second period. The Blue Jackets lead the Panthers 2-0. Bruins and Predators, Lightning and Jets scoreless. Fellas, back to you.
It is the Odd Couple.
And we're back. The Odd Couple. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson filling in for Kelvin Washington. Don't let employee turnover slow down business. Express Employment Professionals finds the talent you need to keep productivity on track. From the warehouse to the front office, Express staffs all jobs. Visit expresspros.com today. Joining us right now, like we told you, from the Boston Globe, he's a national NBA writer. It's Gary Washburn. Gary, are you there?
I am here, guys. How you doing?
Good, Gary.
What's
How
up,
are
G?
you, buddy?
Good, Rob. Good to see you a couple weeks ago.
Yes, here at the All-Star Game, plenty of seats available, but we were out there.
That's for sure.
It was not pretty. I mean, it was unbelievable how many empty seats. We were there at All-Star Saturday night. Not a pretty picture. But
it was like All-Star Saturday. It was like All-Star Saturday afternoon.
That's true.
It was early, so I guess everybody was at the beach.
It was really bad. I'm going to just jump in here, right? Let's start off here. Obviously, the news of the day with Jason Tatum on his way back. Man, they've held the ship together. Talk about Jason Tatum, and I'd take him at 80%.
Yeah, I mean, he has worked feverishly the last 10 months. Obviously, he's documented that, and you can watch the clips, and he has been close to being back over the last few weeks. And he said he was going to come back at home, and it seems like the 6th is the perfect date before a road trip. And it gives them about 20 games to acclimate him back into the offense. Figure out how to play with certain guys he's literally never played with, how to play with certain guys that have new roles this year, and how to blend as well as possible with Jaylen Brown, who has obviously taken over as kind of like the primary scorer. So there's some work to be done, but I think for a Celtic organization that thought this year might be just, as people call it, a gap year or a rebuild or kind of retool year to get ready for next year, that's obviously not the case anymore.
Gary, can you speak about what we can expect? I know he's not a role player, but he's got to play a role, right? With about a month and a half until the playoffs, this is a ramp-up. Can we expect a pitch count, a minutes restriction? Like, what do you expect to see just in this first game or these first couple games out of him?
I definitely expect to see a minutes restriction and probably, a game off or two, no back-to-backs, just monitoring his progress. There's nothing that can compare to basketball shape, so he's got to take probably 5 to 10 games to get in the premium basketball shape to get his win back. So tomorrow is just going to be the first step in a long road to get himself ready for basically a playoff series. That's what you're trying to do. You're trying to lock down the number 2 seed in Boston, but you're also trying to get ready and get your lineup and get everything set for that first-round playoff series, because now this team's got to, worry about who they're going to play, and it's a certainty they're likely going to be in the playoffs and no play-in. Maybe there was some projections for playing at the beginning of the season, but now they got a chance to get that second seed. So there's some work to be done, but I think that the Celtics are encouraged by what they've seen from Tatum in practice, and they'll bring him along slowly.
Our guest is Gary Washburn, of course, one of the best NBA writers out there, Boston Globe, national NBA writer. And I do want to ask you about Jaylen Brown and his season that he's had. He's got to get some consideration for MVP. Most people wrote off the Celtics once Tatum was injured last year in the playoffs, that this would be, a throwaway year. And here we are. The Pistons have had this great year that everybody's raving about. And the Celtics are only 5 games out with 20 to play. I mean, I'm not saying they're going to get the number 1 seed, but this is an incredible season for Jaylen Brown and the Celtics. Does he get some consideration?
Yeah, Rob, I mean, you have to think he does. I mean, you're looking at the other candidates, obviously, Jokic, Cade Cunningham in Detroit and SGA in Oklahoma City.
Yep.
And, and you maybe throw in a Jalen Brunson. But to me, he's got to get his share of first place votes. This team, not much was expected from this team, as you said. Tatum is out. And remember, they also traded Kristaps Porzingis, let Al Horford go, traded Drew Holiday to Portland. So they cleaned house. They got rid of their high salary players. They got rid of a lot of veterans. They relied on a lot of younger guys, Devious Cada, Jordan Walsh, Hugo Gonzalez, guys that are not household names, and Jalen's kind of taken these guys and put them on their back. And he's had a lot of help, but he's also been one of those guys that you can rely on for 30 points a night and maybe 8-9 rebounds, and he's taking care of the ball and kind of, shoring up some of his weaknesses in the past. So you got to think that he will get some real serious MVP consideration, considering how well they've played with him as that primary option.
The last time we saw Tatum on the floor was against the Knicks. I'm here in New York. They're out there in L.A., and there's a lot of conversation always, Knicks versus Celtics. Jaylen Brown has been vocal about Knicks fans and, how excited would you be to see a rematch, right? Because there's so much unknown about what would have happened. How excited would you be to see the rematch play out if there's somehow we can get Celtics versus Knicks this year to run it back from last year after the Knicks kind of stole that one from them?
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's not that outrageous. If the Celtics get number 2 and the Knicks get number 3 and they both win their first-round series, then they face each other, right? So This could be a potential second-round series. And I think the Celtics you would like to think would be more prepared. They gave away basically games 1 and 2 in Boston and kind of handed the series to the Knicks, and the Knicks were the better team. Tom Thibodeau, obviously no longer the coach in New York, he outcoached Joe Mazzulla in that series, and they outplayed the Celtics. So the Celtics obviously are looking back at the Knicks, and they want to get back. So I think that would be obviously one of the more entertaining series. Boston and New York going at it. Rob's been to a bunch of those games on the baseball side. They don't like none of those teams like each other. So I think it would be a great series. So yeah, let's hope for that.
I want to ask you about the Pistons for the great season that they've had thus far. The one thing that scares me is their 3-point shooting, Gary. I mean, they're in the bottom third. They struggle with the shot from the perimeter. Can they overcome that and really make a playoff run, or will that come to bite you, at some point when you play playoff basketball?
Yeah, Rob, I think they can overcome that. I mean, they got Kevin Huerter from the Bulls. They got Duncan Robinson. They got guys who can shoot. Tobias Harris. Cade is a better 3-point shooter than he shows. That's the disappointing part about Cade. The only thing that's kind of a letdown is Cade, every time I see him, he plays the Celtics, he hits them threes. But then, his percentage is not that high. But they have shooters. But I just think if they play that physical brand of basketball, that J.D. Bickerstaff defensive style, that bad boys, they can beat anybody. I think that's a concern if, they play the right kind of defensive team who kind of locks down and kind of can match them in the paint. But I don't know, Rob, if there's a team that can match up with Beef Stew and Jalen Duren. I mean, Jalen Duren is a dude you don't want to see in a dark alley. I mean, that dude's real Detroit. I mean, the same thing with Beef Stew. I mean, they have a big physical team, and if they get a hold of you, defensively, it's gonna be a cat fight. So to me, I do think it's a concern, but I also think the Pistons can overcome it.
Question for you after last night's game. I was in here watching it, but I was live on air. SGA and Jalen Brunson, all the talk about flopping and drawing fouls and a different whistle for SGA, and then Mike Brown saying, oh, yeah, he's a tough cover. Do you expect the league to do anything? I really feel like there's nothing they could do. But down the stretch and into the playoffs, do you think there's going to be more of an emphasis on flopping and how it's called, how fouls are called down the stretch because of this?
Well, I think that this is what SGA does. I mean, he gets to the free throw line. I mean, there's a reason why he scored 20 points for umpteen consecutive games. So he gets to the free throw line. That's what he does. He knows how to contort his body to draw contact. He knows how to yell. Guys, I mean, they didn't do that back in the day, Rob. They didn't yell when they took a shot.
No, they did not. My God.
They did not do that. Now, it's like, what happened to you, man? Like, get up. It's like Friday. Ain't even wet over there. What you doing? Guys are screaming because they're trying to, bring attention to the contact. That's what SGJ has mastered. What the game has become, and I cannot blame him for that. But the Brunson is the same way. Brunson uses that little shifty moves. I mean, I think Brunson's an amazing player for his size to what he brings to the table. But one of the things that he brings is, I will draw a foul. I will fall on the ground if you touch me. I will collapse.
But what's crazy, though, Gary, is they don't give James Harden any of that in the postseason. Like the difference between when he played regular season to postseason, and it altered how he's played. You know what I mean? Like he was looking for calls that he never would get. It's just crazy to me that you would change regular season to postseason. But I think you're right. SGA has done it, and so has Brunson, and that's how it is. But, Gary, thank you so much, my man. We always appreciate your knowledge. Thank you so much.
Hey, good to be with you guys.
Thank you. All right, Gary Washburn, Boston Globe national NBA writer, no doubt. All right, coming up next, we got a little shop talk, and this is going to be real interesting. It is the Odd Couple, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay. Rob G, Jaylen Brown is putting together some season for the Boston Celtics. It is hard to deny what he's been able to do, considering that what people thought was Jason Tatum, their number one guy, was injured. This was supposed to be a throwaway season for the Celtics, wasn't it?
We thought so. And then yesterday, he rolled into the Crypto.com arena, dropped 32, 8, and 7 on the Lakers in a blowout win.
They got blowed out.
Blowed the F out. So much so that it had LeBron James telling anyone who would listen, you know what? Jaylen Brown needs to be in an MVP conversation. Take a listen.
He's playing great basketball, man. And you can't fault his, this whole MVP thing. I don't understand why his name is not getting talked about some as well. Like, nobody gave him a shot to start the season. And he's having, 30?
Yeah, just under.
Yeah, just under 30? Yeah. It's a popularity contest sometimes, I tell you.
You feel like he could be MVP?
Last question.
I mean, that's not for me. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know the criteria of MVP anymore.
It's not for him.
I stopped giving a damn about it a long time ago. I got my own personal issues about it. So, yeah, these guys will tell you why.
Him and Michael Jordan should have some personal issues with it. Like, Mike only got 5 is crazy.
That's fine. I'm okay with that. He doesn't have to win.
What, they got to spread the wealth? If I'm the best and clearly MVP, well, I can't get it. LeBron got 4? It was about 12 years we knew he was the best.
Yeah, I don't know. I just.
So they need to come with a BMVP, a BVP. The best valuable player or something, dang it.
No, but it's just like the whole idea is like you're just going to like Shohei should get it every year because he pitches and hits. No, that's not how it goes. Because that's what he automatically knows. Somebody might actually have, when Judge beat him, he had a better year. Even he had a better year. He did. And that can happen. So Shohei didn't win it, but according to some people, every year he should win it automatically because he's doing 2 things and nobody else is doing it. That's not what the MVP is.
Nobody was better than Jordan. Maybe a year or two you had a better storyline. Like you could argue Barkley finally leaves Philly. He goes to the Suns. They have
Here's my
best
point.
records.
Can we get back on top?
Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, you don't want to brought up Shohei.
All right. I think Jaylen Brown, I don't think he's going to win the MVP, and I know there's other people in there. But the one thing, and after me and you had that big thing about, Cade Cunningham, and after that game in the Knicks, and I'm the MVP and all that. Mm-hmm. And I'm just going to forget about everybody else. But if I'm looking at these two, where the Pistons are, leading the East, and where the Celtics are. Rob G., their records are not that far apart, right?
5.5 game lead for the Pistons.
In the loss column, is it 5 games?
Lost column is a 6.
Okay. And so they got one more win. So it's 5.5 total. Okay. LeBron, I don't agree with LeBron on a lot of stuff. I agree here. And the only thing is, this was supposed to be a throwaway season. Would you admit that? Like, people thought Celtics are out.
I didn't think
Celtics are out. Like, they don't have a shot, really, because they don't have – Tatum's going to be out. And, the whole idea the Pacers weren't going to be in the mix. They went to the finals last year, right? Because of their star. And Jaylen Brown, who was the MVP when they won the championship, not Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown was the MVP. And look at where they are. Rob G., were you able to look at last year compared to this year? There's a 3-game difference without Jason Tatum. That's incredible, seriously. It tells you what kind of season, averaging just under 30. He's had that kind. If you're going to look at somebody and go, who held it together when you lost one of the biggest stars in the NBA? Jason Tatum didn't take a mulligan on the season and go, well, you know what, we can't win. He's balling out.
No, he is. Without a doubt.
And all I'm saying is, and this is no slight to Cade, none, 0. What Jaylen has been able to do with that Celtics team, only 3 games different from a year ago with Tatum. And yes, the Pistons had that great run. They won like 13 in a row, whatever. And for the Celtics to be within that kind of striking distance is incredible. He's had an MVP-worthy conversation season. That's all. I'm not saying he's the MVP. I'm saying he is in that conversation, and I would say he's in that conversation even more than Cade Cunningham. Couple on a TV theme song Thursday. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington, ready to tackle your financial goals. Webull, makes it simple to start investing. That's right. Powerful tools, real-time data, all in one. Get started at Webull.com.
Do it!
Or download the Webull app today. All right, Keith, it is now time for Shop Talk. Let's do it.
Ain't nobody exempt in the barbershop. You know that. Ain't nobody exempt. You can talk about whoever and whatever, whenever you want to in the barbershop.
Now, it's Shop Talk.
That's right. It is Shop Talk here on the Odd Couple of segment. When we talk about something happening outside of the world of sports. This week we're cheating a little bit because this story is heavy.
But it's
and
about
sports. And we had to do it.
That's right.
It has a sports tie-in. Kevin Mays, you might not know who he is, former Cal State Bakersfield men's basketball player and temporary assistant coach is the key thing here, guys, is currently awaiting trial because he is alleged, while he was coaching as a temporary assistant coach, to have been pimping across 4 separate states and is currently facing a rap sheet of 11 different criminal and misdemeanor charges, including possession of automatic firearms, possession of methamphetamine, intent to sell, possession of more than 600 images of child pornography.
Oh, my.
It is all bad all the time. Guys, just your thoughts on this story, this bizarre and depressing story.
Keith, you want to start this one?
Yeah, that took a turn. That's not good. It's not something that you can laugh off or make light of. He's going to jail, and you just, pray for the people affected. And it's a good thing that they found it out. But it's crazy. People live double lives, and they could be amongst us, and you don't know what they're doing in the dark, but it comes to light.
100%. And when you hear the story, it's just mind-boggling, because on one hand, you're this basketball coach, and you're around youth, and molding and shaping the youth of tomorrow, right? And the youth of today, I should say. And then you have this dark side, like you're a pimp on your free time. Really? Crazy. Alex, you?
Well, being a former pimp myself, Rob, no, I'm just saying, pimping ain't easy. But I'll say this. It really is a big testament to say that people's backgrounds do matter, and especially your history. Because a lot of the time we like to say people can be reformed, people can change. We don't want to judge people off their past. But I think there's also something that has to be said about when you're coaching youth or children or doing something in some kind of an authoritative figure. This goes to police officers, etc. I've always had a gripe that things that are so important are less talked about or encouraged or actually restrained upon. So, for example, Rob, did you know becoming a barber is harder than becoming a police officer? These kind of things, I question it. So if you're going to be a coach for a team, maybe check your background a little bit, just a little bit.
It'll be something. I hear you about that. Martin Weiss, what about you? Just thoughts on this. It's just a bizarre story. It's shameful.
You guys said a lot. My thoughts go to the person who hired him as a temporary head coach. What a decision. It's how did first of all, what was the temporary basis? What was the status in which you have a temporary coach in general, right? It's not really a job that you volunteer for. Then I read the story too. The guy was committing crimes in rental cars that he had rented from on his work account. It's
but there's somebody not minding the store. I would seriously, you'd have to go back and go, what was the investigation into his background? You know what I mean? When they hire people, you have to vet people to find out something. Martin, did he have a prior arrest record or something? That I did not see.
No, I'm not sure. I just, I read the story. The details are insane.
They are. Rob G, when you first heard it?
Well, I think that's primarily the problem is there was no background check of any kind. I think they said, hey, we know him from our basketball program. He played for us. We like him. We're going to bring him on. We got him as a player development assistant to start off with and so on and so forth. And to think, when I just read the headline, they said, hey, college basketball coach was pimping across 4 states. My first thought is, hey, let's have fun with this. Hey, what's the worst crime that you'd be willing to overlook to be a coach for a youth team or a high school team or whatever? And then as you keep reading the story, well, this is not funny at all.
There's nothing funny about
I can do to make this a lighthearted segment.
No.
So
I know whenever you see the word pimp in it, you know what I mean? You want to be like,
because it was such a bizarre headline, and that's the headline. And then I think if they would have put in the headline, temporary coach is also being charged with 600 counts of child pornography, then that's a totally different conversation.
100%.
He going under the jail.
Oh, yeah.
Just a crazy.
I wouldn't be surprised. I know we got a little bit of time here. I would not be surprised if he ends up being guilty or whatever. But if this basketball program doesn't exist in like 2 years.
Or I'll tell you this: whoever hired him and those people, they're going to feel the wrath as well because
they're already gone.
They're already done. Yeah, the article said
because Cal State Bakersfield is not exactly a hotbed for basketball,
Right.
so they might get axed.
Also,
expeditiously.
the softball
All right,
team had some
Odd
issues too.
Couple, hour number 3, stick and stay.
America!
We are Fox Sports.
It's the Odd Couple. You know what time it is. It's your boys.
Let's get it. The Odd Couple is fun.
Check.
And informative.
Check.
What's up, America? You want to talk sports with 1.5 of the best-looking guys in the game?
That game was incredible.
You are wrong. You'll be king of the water cooler.
What's it like working with Rob? Rob in his mind is like Chris Rock mixed with Richard Pryor, so I'm running out of fake laughs. Ha ha, Rob. Rob is very passionate.
Son, you ain't ready for this. Well, I don't have BS in my game. I'm straightforward. I'm honest. You say Brady's the greatest quarterback of all time, but Eli Manning beat him twice. And, of course, it doesn't hurt that I'm right most of the time. Kelvin is the nice guy, wants to make everybody feel warm and fuzzy.
You done? Let me tell you the truth. I bring the energy, a youthful energy. Rob's not gonna see this, is he? And I bring an honest opinion.
Michael Jordan, I can't take it anymore. I need a break. I'm gonna go play baseball.
Trash Talking Tuesday is the best.
It's a great opportunity for folks to call in and they get to trash whomever.
Who you trashing, Roger?
I'm trashing LeBron James and Michael Jordan.
Oh, okay.
They can't even hold Wilt Chamberlain's shoes.
Stop talking about the king like that. It's a new era. Let LeBron be the best, please.
I only recognize one king in the United States, and that's Burger King. The connection with the Odd Couple audience is incredible. We really invite them in.
And they can relate, whether it be things about our own personal lives or our takes on sports.
Love you guys. You guys are killing it.
Hey, we appreciate you. Thank you for rocking with your boys. They feel like it's just my guys, just my friends, and they join right in on the show.
We talk with the listeners, not at them.
Obviously, you can listen to us live, but you can still check out the podcast. You can check out our YouTube. You can check us out on social media. So in any way you want to get it, you can get it.
Yes.
There's some yelling. It is some hot takes. It's a whole lot of fun. I'll give you that.
It is fun. I agree. Begrudgingly.
The Odd Couple.
Sports talk that's too good and too fun.
In the fourth quarter, the Magic have a 95-88 lead over the Mavericks with about 10 minutes left in that game. P.J. Washington with 17 points. The Nets lead the Heat 69-67 with about 8:30 left in the third quarter. Michael Porter Jr. with a 16 and 10 rebound double-double. The Warriors lead the Rockets 58-52. 9 minutes and 30 seconds left in the third quarter. 6 minutes left in the second quarter. The Raptors lead the Timberwolves 49-44. R.J. Barrett with 14 points. With 5 minutes left in the first half, the Pistons and Spurs, San Antonio with a 56-44 lead. Victor Wembanyama with 19.6 rebounds and 3 blocks so far in the first half. Cade Cunningham has 11 points. In the NHL, at the end of the second period, the Maple Leafs and the Rangers tied 2 apiece. The Mammoth lead the Flyers 2-0. 15 minutes left in the third period. I'm Martin Weiss.
I've been covering this league since 1987.
Can this sports writer and this sports fan share a radio show without driving each other crazy? Now, live from the Fox Sports Radio studios, here's Fox Sports Radio's Odd Couple, Rob Parker and Kelvin Washington.
Hour number 3 here on the Odd Couple. On a TV theme song Thursday, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington with the iHeartRadio app. You can stream us wherever you happen to be. That's right. Catch us and all the fine Fox Sports Radio shows live 24/7 in the new and improved iHeartRadio app. Just search Fox Sports Radio in the app and stream us all day, every day. And be sure to select Fox Sports Radio as one of your presets in the iHeart app, so it'll always pop up at the top of the screen. And coming up, Teichert's Tower of Trivia.
Yeah.
Keith, I want you to notice the reason that we have these big YouTube numbers and people listen on Thursday is because of Alex Teichert's Tower of Trivia. So we'll do that in about 28 minutes. Last call in case you weren't able to get in. You will be able to call in. And then again, I want to say this. We want to thank Keith McPherson for filling in these 2 days for Kelvin. And, he's a radio talk show host at WFAN in New York. And it was great having you in these last couple of days. And I'm just curious, what did you find out about the Odd Couple of Fox Sports Radio that maybe you didn't know?
Man, you guys are funny. You guys are very polished. And I guess kind of pulling the curtain back, I get to really see everything. I've watched the show. I've listened to the show. But I get to see how I was going to say something that would have been a pause. But how the donuts are made. How the donuts are made. I didn't
yo! He was going to say how the sausage are made. Yeah, that would be a pause.
We love making the sausage here.
Hey, yo.
Hey, oftentimes we have a sausage party here.
Whoa, wow.
Hey.
Knock it off.
Rubbed it in their face big time. Okay, there we go, Alex. Okay. But really, it's like, you're so used to working at FAN for a long time. And then you come to, the way different a radio network works, and I'm sure it's a little different. That's all.
Yeah, and it's good experience. It's good reps. Shout out to my OG, Rob P. Appreciate you, bro. You know that.
No doubt. All right, we got a lot of stuff to get to in this final hour on this TV theme song Thursday. And Rob G, Celtic fans, I don't care. They got to be ecstatic that Jason Tatum is coming back, and it's only can help the Celtics.
That's right. If you missed hour 2, we spoke about it with Gary Washburn, friend of the show, longtime NBA reporter from the Boston Globe. Jason Tatum, arguably the best Celtics player of the last decade, will be making his return to the court tomorrow night for the first time in 10 months after suffering a torn Achilles tendon. He's coming back not to some cellar dweller, not to some also-ran, not to some playoff hopeful, but to the second best team in the Eastern Conference. They are adding a former All-NBA player, albeit coming off an Achilles, Jason Tatum, back in Boston.
And Keith, I'm going to tell you, people can poo-poo the Celtics all they want. I know they wrote them off. Gary Washburn just explain how they got rid of all their veterans. This was supposed to be a punt season, right?
Yeah.
No Jason Tatum. We'll see what we got. We're not going to pay these old guys to stick around. We're not winning anything. Let's trade Porzingis. Like, they just cleaned house a little bit, right? Al Horford, see ya. Thank you. Don't let the door hit you on the way out.
Holiday.
Drew Holiday helped them win a championship. All that.
They got rid of Luke Cornett, and he said no Magic City night because they got rid of him.
There you go. But my point though is this: with a 75%, 80% Jason Tatum, they are my favorites in the East. I don't want to hear about the Pistons. I don't want to hear about the Knicks. I don't want to hear about the Cavs. Look at what they've been able to do to hold this together. Jaylen Brown has had an MVP-type season. How? And now they're going to add one of the best players back to the mix? An all-pro or first-team NBA kind of player into the mix? And Jason Tatum? There's only one reason that they lost to the Knicks last year. They blew double-digit fourth-quarter leads in each of the first two games. And in those games, thanks for saying that, Boston shot a combined 25 for 100 from three. They missed 75 threes in two games. That's why the Knicks beat them. That's why the Celtics went bye-bye. There's no way they could ever duplicate that. It was unbelievable to watch. The Celtics, not the Pistons, who can't shoot threes either. I talked about that earlier. And not the Cavaliers, even with James Harden. And not the New York Knicks. If the Celtics play the way that they've played, everybody has talked about how great the Pistons have been all year. And they have the number one seed in the Eastern Conference, and they have played great. But given that, the Celtics are only 5 games behind them with 20 to play, and now they're getting arguably their best player back. I'm all in on the Celtics. They win the Eastern Conference. Where are you, Keith?
I wouldn't say I'm all in on him, but listen, Joe Mazzulla's name hasn't been dropped yet, and he's a big reason why they don't fold. They did not tank. They did not punt on the season. It's a culture thing. They win. Winning organizations stay winning organizations for a reason. They just have a certain way about them. They have a mantra. Like, they're looking at banners up there. They got Lucky the Leprechaun in the middle of the court. They expect to win. Their fans expect them to win. They don't make excuses. Now, they had a huge excuse to make. One of the best players in the game goes down, right? They could have tucked their tails. They could have felt sorry for themselves. But I think they're looking for revenge. I expect Tatum to come back. They will slow play him. But then when they get to the playoffs, it's go time. And they want smoke with the Knicks. They want to run it back. The Pistons also want to redeem themselves for losing to the Knicks. The Knicks fans around me here in New York are saying, hey, it's our year. It's championship or bust. You know, they fired their coach, brought in Mike Brown because he's supposed to get them over the hump. The Knicks fans thought that they were for sure a shoo-in to represent the East. It is not anywhere near a shoo-in now. I think the Boston Celtics, with their experience, with, you know, doing it before 2 years ago being champions, they know what time it is when we get to mid-April. I think they're going to be prepared. I won't say that they're a lock, but it's like, who else? The Cavs, the Pistons. They're going to see a different looks when Tatum comes back. What you saw in the regular season literally won't matter because it's a different group, and Tatum will be back. Even if he is at 80%, with this team, they're a winning culture, good head coach. They're going to be ready to push towards the finals again.
This is an amazing thing. It really is. It tells you about not giving up and not punting, and those other guys in that locker room didn't go, woe is me, we don't have Jason Tatum. Let's just go through the motions. They kept playing. They kept playing hard. It is a testament to their coach, Mazzulla. It really is. And now they find themselves in a perfect situation. For all that the Pistons have done, and they've done a lot, right? This young team and Cade Cunningham and him coming into his own and whatnot. I still like the Celtics. The Knicks. You're right. It was supposed to be Mike Brown. I always say they were looking to hire Larry Brown, and they hired Charlie Brown instead. And now you'll take a look at the Knicks, and you're right. People thought, here it is. The Knicks are going to the NBA Finals. No Boston. No Indiana, right? The Bucks are out on the sidelines. We already know about Cleveland. The Knicks have manhandled Cleveland over the last couple of years. So there's nobody in the way. And guess what? Here come the Celtics. And the Celtics have what you want. I don't know. How do you feel if you're a Celtic and you've already put together the year that they have, number 2 in the Eastern Conference, without your star? And now he's coming back. He doesn't have to be 100%. They have a real shot to get to the finals. Nobody could have ever imagined that coming into the season. Everywhere I read and everywhere I looked, the Celtics were written off. And here we are.
I watched them lose to the Brooklyn Nets this year. Like, the Nets have 15 wins. They beat the Celtics. In the beginning of the year, people were like, they're cooked. And again, it's a testament to their coaching and their culture. They kept themselves at the top of the league. They kept themselves at the top of the East, and they get their guy back. It's unpredictable. You can't predict sports. That's why you can bet on it. That's why we go watch it. And we don't know what's going to happen here, but I know they got to be hella confident getting Tatum back. And then it also is insurance, in case somebody else goes down. Right? If you lose one of the guys you've been dependent on, well, here comes Tatum, right? And they'll expand his role. They made the trade for Vucevic. They made little moves here and there. Some of their younger guys have evolved. I think they're in prime position to get back to the finals 2 years after winning it and try to avenge that loss against the Knicks and then experience plays. The Pistons, they played one round last year. They lost all their games at home.
Well, here it is, and I want you guys to make a case. I made my case for the Celtics. I want Rob G to make his case for the Pistons, because he's adopted the Pistons, Detroit basketball, right, Alex, and all that.
That's right.
But I want you, Keith, to make the case for the Knicks.
Okay.
Because the Knicks are there. So go ahead, and then we'll throw it out to everybody listening to The Odd Couple. Who are you going to be behind? I already made my case for the Celtics. Go ahead. The Knicks. Can they get to the Eastern Conference Finals?
As a known Knicks hater, I can do this. I'm a Nets fan. I'm from Jersey. But listen, the Knicks are never this consistently good. They got rid of Tom Thibodeau for a reason. They felt like he was a dinosaur. They felt like he could not get them over the hump and take them to the promised land. They went knocking on doors. They said, hey, can we get Jason Kidd? Hey, can we get Quinn Snyder? Hey, can we get Billy Donovan? We'll take anybody. Mike Brown, good enough. What can Brown do for you? As of late, their defense is one of the best in the NBA. As of late, those guys are playing and they're locked in, they're focused. As of late, Karl-Anthony Towns is playing a lot better. No stupid fouls. He's staying in the post. And I think if they're healthy, keyword healthy, they've had a ton of injuries this year. They feel like they have the experience. They feel like they have the group. OG Anunoby, Mikal Bridges, Josh Hart, Jalen Brunson, the clutch player of the year, Captain Clutch. They feel like they even have the bench pieces as well. They go add Jose Alvarado, GTA 5, the Junkyard Dog. Like, they have some different interchangeable pieces that they feel like they match up well against whoever, especially in the playoffs with home court advantage in the Mecca, the world's most famous arena. The Knicks know they won the NBA Cup. They don't want to raise that banner. The only banner that they want to raise and that Knicks fans expect them to raise is the 2026 NBA Champions banner.
All right, Rob G., you know what your adopted team is.
Detroit basketball! God, I love that. Wish I was from Detroit right now.
That's Mason. Mason is the best, no doubt.
Friend of the show. Look, I don't know what you guys are talking about right now. I don't think y'all are elite ball knowers such as myself.
Okay, here we
Me
go.
and Kelvin Washington, Alex Teichert, Martin Weiss, we've been on the Pistons train since 1987, Rob Parker.
1987.
Have you seen what they've been doing to teams this year?
I have.
Cade Cunningham, the best American-born player in basketball, self-proclaimed, allegedly. I don't believe that part, but listen. Detroit, 21-8 on the road, second best road record in the NBA. They are a combined 6-1 against the Knicks and the Celtics. Your two favorite teams you guys are talking about, like, oh, I'm worried about the Celtics, I'm worried about the Knicks. The Pistons smack both of those teams every time they play them.
Regular season.
They are 11-2 after a loss this season. Guys, they are one of only three teams in the NBA who have not lost more than back-to-back games all season. How are you going to beat a team like that 4 times out of 7 in a series, Rob Parker?
Easy.
You're not going to.
They've won 2
Respect
playoff
what's
games.
going on. Detroit basketball is back.
They've won 2 playoff games, you ready, Keith, in 17 years. 2 playoff games. And they're going to run to the finals, Rob G. 2 playoff wins in 17 years.
On the road, Rob. That's what they do. They're road warriors.
All right.
The Detroit Pistons are the best team in the Eastern Conference.
Not buying it. All right, 877-99 on Fox. You heard the peanut gallery, and Rob G's going for the Pistons. Keith has the Knicks. I'm all in on the Celtics. Who do you have coming out of the East? 877-99 on Fox. We want to hear from you. It is The Odd Couple, where we deliver insight, not noise. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, in for Kelvin Washington, right here on Fox Sports Radio. Stick and stay.
And throw it up for the greatest ball team in the US of A.
Detroit basketball.
All right, let's get here. Can we just start?
Let's do it.
Lakers lost again.
They did.
And you know what? I know people, it's the same old story, right? Their defense, they can't stop anybody. And I'm here.
You are.
And I think it's pretty obvious. J.J. Redick is not the coach that people thought he was. When he first came, remember they were winning, and they were talking about he's the next Pat Riley, and he is going to be coach of the year. You remember all that?
Mm-hmm.
And where are they now? And then there'll be the people who say, it ain't his fault. It's the roster. They don't have the pieces parts. And you know what? I'm not buying it.
Why not?
I'm going to change that baby because J.J. Redick should be fired as coach of the Los Angeles Lakers. And here's the reason why. Last year when they got Luka, everybody and their uncle, Kelvin, tell me I'm lying. Oh, I wouldn't count out LeBron and Luka. Oh, those two? Are you kidding? I don't want to see them. Got knocked out in first round. This year, Luka came in better shape. They got off to a good start when LeBron wasn't there. And now look where they are. They lost last night to the Suns. Injury-depleted Suns.
Mm-hmm.
Injury-depleted Suns last night. Dude, and my only point to you, this is why he should be fired. Is their roster flawed? Yes. They don't play hard enough for him. They don't have enough respect for J.J. Redick to even try defensively. I don't expect them to be in the top 20 individually defensively. I just didn't expect this, where everybody knows what their weakness is, and night after night after night, Kelvin, they don't try. They don't try hard enough. That comes out. You know, defense is about desire, hustle, and hard work. They haven't done it.
You know how you do. So welcome back. It's good to have you back yesterday because I ain't heard nothing crazy in this week. Now I needed something crazy. J.J. Redick does not need to be fired, but I understand what you're saying. They don't have that to them. As we're getting ready to watch a team right now, you got the Pistons on as an example of a team that just have that like dog in them. We're going to fight. Now, that's why I believe really this hot seat is for Rob Pelinka. Really, if I'm new ownership, the person I'm looking at right now is Rob Pelinka. Because, number one, you won a championship back in 2020 when you had Clutch Sports running things with LeBron. They go get AD. They move some pieces. You got a bunch of Clutch Sports guy, KCP, and so on and so forth. You win that championship. What do? We got an identity. We got Frank Vogel, who's a defensive-minded coach. Let's get rid of Frank after the next year. Let's get rid of all the players that make sense for what Frank Vogel does. So let's get rid of all the ingredients to make tacos and bring in some ingredients to make meatloaf. It doesn't make sense. And they get rid of him, and they've been ever since. They've been, first round exit or get to the second round, lose to Denver. That's what they've been since. You get Luka last year. You know what Luka is. Luka is deficient defensively. Luka is not what you're referring to, going to play hard. Luka's going to complain to the refs. Luka's going to do all of that. Well, then you have to surround him with guys who can make up for those deficiencies, and they haven't. And they run out the same roster. They get a bunch of other guys who don't. You bring in guys who can who can shoot, but they can't defend. You can bring in other guys who won't dive on the floor. You bring in other guys who won't bring that extra grit. And I was telling Brandon here.
So according to you, then J.J. Redick should never be fired.
No, he can be fired.
Well,
I'm going to tell you why.
What would it take you?
I'm going to tell you why. This season, to me, is the last hurrah of LeBron. So I think that the ownership is even in the back of the head going, all of y'all, JJ, Rob Pelinka, and you, even Luka, everybody, we're going to try, we're going to do the best we can, but ultimately we know this is the last season.
Doesn't play it's not just LeBron.
But what I'm saying is, you're right, your roster. So this roster is not a defensive-driven the best at least attempt is Marcus Smart, but he's a little long in the tooth. So to me, Rob Pelinka does not have the pieces, the ingredients to make the meal that they're trying to make. And I think for them, this is the last hurrah with LeBron. And now that everybody's on the clock as we start next season, I think that's how they view it. Because everybody, Rob Pelinka, you better build around Luka. Do what you got to do. 50-something million off the book when LeBron is gone. Luka, you say you want to be the franchise leader? Show us. There's no more excuses now. And last point, we saw it last night on the shot that won for Phoenix. Luka's guarding the ball. They knew. Let's attack Luka.
It is the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio on a TV theme song Thursday. Yay. Don't forget Teichert's Tower of Trivia coming up. And for over 40 years, Tire Rack has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection with convenient installation options like mobile tire installation. That's right, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. And I know, Keith, you're way too young. You had no idea what show that was on this TV theme song Thursday.
I didn't even know we were coming back from break.
That was quick,
I'm thinking that was a commercial about to hit.
Yes, no. But that is Leave It to Beaver.
Are you suffering from seasonal depression? Da-da-da-da-da-da. Was that going on, Keith?
Something like that. There you go.
I didn't know what that was.
It's all good. Yes, Leave It to Beaver. That was an old-time TV show that was really popular in the 50s or 60s or something like that. It's been a long time. All right, we're talking NBA. I'm all in on the Celtics. Tatum coming back. Look at what they've done, number 2 in the Eastern Conference. And Keith made a case for the Knicks. And Rob G made a case for the Pistons, who, guess what, Keith, are down by 16 points to San Antonio tonight. Yeah.
In the chat they were talking about, I'm like, let me look up the scores right now.
I'm glad you looked. How about, let's go here. We got some calls chime in. Brandon in Riverside, you're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Brandon? How are you?
I'm good, man. What's going on? I know it's been a while for me.
I know. Where you been?
Overnight.
Okay.
I've been on the overnight, so I catch you guys on the podcast.
Well, always good when you can call in, buddy.
Yeah. You know I love the show. So I was telling Rob G, I said I picked Boston in the beginning of the year, even though I knew they didn't have Tatum or possibly they wouldn't have him for the whole year.
You picked Boston to win the East? Really?
I can call my wife. She'd be like, "Boy, you was crazy." I said because I don't trust Detroit because they're still young.
Yep.
And I think they need another. I believe they need another player to help K in the playoffs. I didn't trust Cleveland because you saw what they did last year. They exploded. They exploded last year. And let's just be honest. New York is New York. They always get there and they just fall off the rails. So I believe I know I'm very happy that Tatum coming back because me and my guys, we got a bet. We pick a team at the beginning of the year, and I picked Boston to make it to the finals. So hopefully it comes true for me. I can get my money.
That's pretty
nice. But I'm gonna
nice.
hang up and listen to you. Y'all, you guys have a great night.
What was the bet? How much you bet on that? What do you put on that? What's the ticket?
We lost him. Yeah, that's a good one though. But to be able to pick the Celtics before the season, considering all the trades and all the veterans they got rid of and whatnot, that is a big time pick right there. How about Harry in Indiana? You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio. What's up, Harry? How are you?
I'm doing well. How are you guys?
Doing great. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I just wanted to call and say I agreed with the one guy about the Knicks. I think Jalen Brunson and Cat are having a really good year this year.
So you're all on the Knicks. Now, I know you got to be a Patriots fan in Indiana, aren't you, normally?
Yeah.
How bummed out are you this year, just where the season has gone, or have you just accepted it?
Yeah, I've just accepted it. They're not winning it because they're pretty terrible this year. I don't want to be mean, but they're just absolute garbage.
Draft.
Right, but they might get a big-time player or at least a good player. All right, hey, Harry, man, we appreciate it. That's one of our youngest
Harry.
listeners right there.
Yeah.
We appreciate you calling in from
For the kids.
Indiana, no doubt. We're family-friendly, this Odd Couple radio show. Well,
Me too. I get the most kid calls in the history of WFAN. They
Is
always
that
say
right?
that about me, Of course. We got kids up till 1, 2 in the morning listening to WFAN when I'm on. So
Man.
shout out to them.
I would tell you I did WFAN. I did a couple of shows there, of course, overnight,
year?
late.
What
back
year?
back in the 90s. It was a long time ago when I first came back to New York, like maybe
Hey, you did it, though.
95.
Count it.
Like 95, yeah, something like that.
I wasn't calling in. I wasn't listening back then.
No, I don't think so. Back in 1995. It was a long time going. We still got a lot to get to. Teichert's Tower of Trivia, man. We're going to do that. We have that to get to, last call, and plenty more to get to in the final 30 minutes of the program here on Fox Sports Radio. But again, man, I really appreciate you being a part of this, and hopefully we'll do it again. I love it all. I mean, it's been good.
Happy to be here. Call me when you need me.
No doubt. All right, let's get you caught up. Mr. Martin Weiss is at the anchor desk.
Unfortunately for Rob G, with about 12 minutes left in the third quarter, the San Antonio Spurs lead the Detroit Pistons 71-55. MVP candidate Cade Cunningham with 11 points on 16 shots. Jeez Louise, Rob, what did you do? Why'd you do that? With Dallas and Orlando wrapping up on 1 minute left in the fourth quarter. It's a tight game. The Mavericks leading right now by 111 to 110. The Heat with a 100-90 lead over the Nets with about 10:30 left in the fourth quarter. 10 minutes left in the fourth quarter. The Golden State Warriors and the Rockets tied up at 85 apiece. At the half, Timberwolves lead the Raptors 55-54. And with 2 minutes and 45 seconds left in the first quarter, the Bulls and the Phoenix Suns, Chicago with a 22-16 lead. In the NHL, the Rangers opened it up in the third period. Now with just under 9 minutes left, 5-2 the lead over the Maple Leafs. 90 seconds left in the third period. The Mammoth lead the Flyers 3-0. 6 minutes left in the third. Sabres 4-1 over the Penguins. Also, about these both in the third period. The Blue Jackets lead the Panthers 3-2. Predators 3-1 over the Brewers. Jets and the Lightning and Senators and Flames both scoreless. In the NFL, the Colts looking to try to trade Zaire Franklin. Linebacker led the league in tackles in 2024. The Bills did trade DJ Moore to the Chicago Bears along with a fifth-round pick in exchange for a second. Cam Jordan, New Orleans Saints defensive end, spent all of his career thus far with the Saints. He's going to hit free agency for the first time in his career. Steelers let Jonnu Smith go, and the Seahawks agreed to a 2-year deal with linebacker Drake Thomas. Boston Celtics upgraded Jason Tatum to questionable for Friday's game against the Mavericks. Fellas, back to you.
All right, Mr. Martin Weiss, thank you. Appreciate you. Martin Weiss will be filling in for Kelvin Washington tomorrow. Have a good night. And for over 40 years, TireRack.com has been helping customers find the right tires for how, what, and where they drive. Ship fast and free, backed by free road hazard protection. With convenient installation options like mobile tire installation, TireRack.com, the way tire buying should be. Rob Parker, Keith McPherson, here on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. And guess what, Keith? You'll love this game. It's time for Teichert's Tower of Trivia, the Bears and Bills edition.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, vegans and meat eaters, kale chip lovers, ruffle chip lovers, it's time.
This game is so easy.
For Teichert's Tower of Trivia.
Oh, it's the reason y'all tune in on a Thursday evening, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. Teichert's Tower of Trivia, the segment that proves you don't even got to like sports to work in sports media. The star of this segment, living in a van these days, true story.
Down by the river.
Dropping heat on a podcast, allegedly, that nobody downloads no more because he hasn't done an episode in about 6 weeks.
Not true at all.
But he does look good with the shirt off.
Thank you.
None other than our resident DJ, Alex Teichert.
Now, Keith, I know you're new to the show, but there's this saying we have here, sun's out, buns out. So if the sun is shining out here, you're definitely getting a fill-in for me producing with you guys. But Rob G has lied and defecated and defamated on my name for too many segments. The show still consistently gets downloads. It just comes out when you need it.
There you go. And I do. Keith,
He never missed it.
Guess what? Does Keith know how to play?
I talked to Keith before the show. We're going to regroup the rules.
think so.
Okay.
Okay. So it is. It's very similar to the old TV show Password, all right?
That's right.
I got 7 sports media trivia questions, or sports trivia, not media questions. You got to help Alex get up the tower, all right? If you look at the questions, you have them both in front of you, email them both to you. The questions get harder as you go up. It's going to be easy for you.
Speak for yourself.
But for a guy like Alejandro, I don't know about that. Couple of ground rules for you. Number 1, your clue has to be a real word, Rob.
That's right. That's for you, Keith. A real word. Go ahead.
Number 2, your clue has to be in English.
That's right, Keith.
No hablo español, Keith.
I know you're over in the bodegas all day.
That's right.
English
Comprende.
only for these rules. And we'll skip the rhyming one because this is first time, all right? If you want to use a rhyming word, that's okay. Normally we don't allow it, but it is your maiden voyage. We're going to give you a leg up on that one.
All right.
All right? Flipped a coin during Martin's award-winning update. Rob Parker gets question number 1. So let's get to it.
It's good. I can show Keith how it's done, how I'm a professional, how I do this. I kick Kelvin's butt all the time.
And
okay?
Keith, just so you know, if Alex does not get the answer correct, we're going to go to you for a chance to steal, okay?
That's right.
So it goes back and forth up to twice each if nobody gets the answer. So here we go. For 10 points, Rob. The Bears and Bills made a trade today. We talked about it in hour 1. With Chicago sending wide receiver DJ Blank to Buffalo.
Alex, how are you?
Rob, I'm doing sensational. How are you?
Your hair is radiant.
Oh, stop
Your
it.
skin is unbelievable.
Browner than Rob G.
Just unbelievable color. When
Thank
I
you
came
so
in,
much.
I thought we had hired another brother.
I know.
To the state.
You walked in and said, congratulations.
Exactly.
We needed you at MLB Bro. I know.
That's
Thank
right.
you so much.
No doubt about it.
I was trying to be the Jackie Robinson. Now I'm just trying to be the brother.
There you go. All right. You ready for this?
I'm so ready.
Here we go.
Look at me making sports innuendos and comments. So funny.
Here we go. It's real simple, Alex.
Speak for yourself.
Less.
Knowing Rob Parker, it's got to be the opposite, so that must be more.
That is correct. 10 points.
Keith, you're impressed. You see that?
You're impressed.
See how you got some water and made it easy for him to
Keith, I
drink.
tell you when you're impressed, okay? Not you. I say it.
Okay. All right, Keith. Hopefully you figured it out because it's back to you now for 10 points. Question number 2. When former Bills running back O.J. Simpson was involved in the slowest car chase ever in the infamous white Bronco, the running joke, both in print and on television, was, quote, the blank is loose.
Orange blank.
So one word. So the word you're looking for, your clue is orange.
Yep.
Orange. One word.
Okay, Keith, you're trying to get in the mind of an Alex Teichert. What is orange? Oranges are a color. Colors for things, but I like juice. Juice is something
That
to
is
drink.
correct.
So it's orange juice.
That's easy work.
Okay.
That's simple.
Wow.
Okay, Keith, I see you.
Elementary.
All right. It's getting a little tougher. Teichert's Tower of Trivia, level number 3. Back to Rob Parker.
Number
Rob.
3.
For the last 50-plus years,
Hi, Martin.
the Chicago Bears have played their home games at the iconic blank field.
There's a lot of fields out there, Rob. Alex, you know what I say? If there's grass on the field, it's good to play.
That's right.
What? I'm talking about sports.
All right, here we go. Oh, my goodness gracious.
Come on, Rob.
All right, here we go.
Come on, Rob.
Private.
Knowing Rob Parker, parts.
That is incorrect. Okay. All right, Keith, we got a chance to steal
Rob,
here. For 9 points.
It's hard.
For the last 50 years, Keith, the Bears have played their home games at the iconic blank field.
Private? Percy Miller, Master P. Used to.
I mean, one word here.
One word. What are you doing? One word.
One word clue.
You just got to throw out.
One word is Army.
Private, Army, soldier.
That is correct. I mean, he kind of cheated a little bit, but it's his first time to let it slide.
That's okay.
Okay.
Rob led him to water a little bit. I wasn't gonna go soldier boy. I was talking about the no-limit soldier.
Oh, I see. Right.
Make him say,
All right. 19-10. Uh-oh, Rob. And it goes back to Keith for 10 points here. Level number 4. Teichert Tower Trivia. The Bills and Bears edition. Keith, the Bills have one of the most rabid fan bases in all of sports, not just in football. They're breaking through tables, and they call themselves Bills blank.
The one word is mob.
Mob? M-O-B? Mob. Give me it again, Rob.
All right, Bills, crazy fan base. They call themselves Bills blank.
Bills blank. Mob. Bills gang.
That is incorrect. Oh, Rob Parker, chance to steal.
There we go.
Rob!
Alex. You
How
need
are
your
you?
hair washed today or no? You
Love
good?
you, Wash.
I just saw Rob's name pop on a text message. What does that mean?
Oh, sorry. Stop looking at my phone.
No,
No, that's a
stop
Venmo.
it.
He just gave me a
Okay.
Venmo cash out.
Stop.
All right, Rob. I see you.
All right, Rob. Do you need to repeat the question or you got it?
No, here we go.
I'm good.
Okay.
You good, Rob?
I'm good. Scarface. Think about everything. We just guess
What I wanted to say would have not been the
Don't
answer,
do it.
that's for sure. Off the record, Rob G. I was going to say Cuban, but that's not it. That's not it. Mafia.
That is correct. I would have said cocaine.
You said cocaine.
That's a hell of a drug.
Hey, but Keith Mob is good too. That would have been.
That's not bad.
But it's usually the mob, right? If he said the mob.
only one word.
No, I know.
Only one word. Only one word.
19 all. Level number 5. We're getting into the end here, guys.
All right.
Back to Rob Parker. Rob, the 1985 Bears defense. You did not cover that team. You were not in the league.
I did not. I started covering the NFL in 1987.
Late to the party because you
Yes.
missed the 85 Bears. They were so
Rob.
dominant. The club's
I was in
PR
college.
department.
Come on, Rob.
Got a late start, huh? Club's PR department started a marketing campaign calling them the blank of the Midway.
Wow. Alex, how are you?
Rob, I'm doing so well. I wish Keith would ask me. But that's
you know,
okay.
but
He doesn't
Keith,
care.
he doesn't know you yet.
That's okay. He
He's in New York City. We're out here in beautiful
Man, we're
Los
so small
Angeles.
to him.
So, next time, Keith, you got to come out to L.A. and hang out with us. We'll do that.
That'd be sick.
Super Bowl.
Yes.
If not sooner.
That's right. The Super Bowl is going to be out
What about
here.
World Cup? That's coming up.
Yeah. Well, I never missed the World Cup.
Stop
I'm
it, Rob.
sorry. Let's do it.
You've been to 11 continents. You don't like soccer.
That's crazy.
I know,
That's
right?
crazy.
Well, they didn't have any soccer in Antarctica.
Yes, they did. You ever seen the Penguins play?
Yeah, they were kicking the Penguins around. I forgot. I'm sorry.
They were kicking the eggs.
Oh, God.
I said Benedict. They said no thank you.
Wow.
All right, here we go.
All right, ready. Coming up next.
All right, okay.
Jason Smith warming up.
All right, here we go. Frankenstein. Read it to him one more time.
The
Frankenstein.
Bears defense was so dominant, PR department started a campaign calling them the blank of the Midway?
Frankenstein.
Bank of the Midway. Frankenstein. Bride? Brides of...
That is incorrect. All right, Keith. Chance to steal, 19 apiece. Do you need the question repeated, or are you ready to roll?
Halloween.
All right. Doesn't need the question.
Frankenstein, Halloween. Oh, it's Monster.
Wow. Wow.
Frankenstein
Change at the
monster.
top. That's true. All right. Back to Keith. He's currently up 28-19. Keith, if you get this one, it's over. If not, Rob gets a chance to steal, maybe force overtime. Here we go. As great as Josh Allen is, the only Bills quarterback in the Hall of Fame right now, none other than the great Jim Blank.
Kapowski. Think about.
It's a lot of words.
No, you can't.
I like the
one
guy
word.
who-
A lot of words.
One word.
Think about it. That's a lot of words.
Hey, you're going about to.
Kapowski. The only name I can think about with Kapowski is Kelly.
That is correct! Gene McPherson for the win!
All right, odd couple. Last call time coming up here on the program. Rob Parker. Keith McPherson in for Kelvin. That's right. And you know what you need to do? Stick and stay.
Because Keith beating W's in the US of A.
Chuck appeared on Sirius XM NBA radio, and they asked him about the Michael Jordan situation with NBC. Now, recall during the offseason when it was first announced that MJ would be joining the Peacock, we didn't know what he was going to be doing. They said it was going to be a special contributor to their NBA coverage. We didn't know if he was going to be in studio. We didn't know if he was doing interviews. We didn't know what exactly he was going to be doing.
We didn't think he'd be involved in NBA debate talk.
But
we
everybody
knew that.
was excited because he's such a recluse historically, and they wanted to hear what he had to say about the NBA. Well, now, flash forward about a year, and we know exactly what his role is. His role was to record one sit-down interview with Mike Tirico. No plans for a second one. And they were going to release clips of it throughout the season. So Chuck went on Sirius XM today and said that he was excited to get Michael because Michael's the reason we all make money from the NBA, of course. But then he says, quote, you see this thing coming out with NBC, you're like, wait, y'all did one interview 5 months ago and you're going to sprinkle it in throughout the season? Come on, man. That's disingenuous by NBC. It's crazy. I'm disappointed the way it worked out. It's just a bad look, plain and simple.
This is one of the times you hope what you thought would be true would not be the case, and it was. Michael Jordan is not the most entertaining. Michael Jordan is not the most thought-provoking, and is a complete contrast of his former best friend, Charles Barkley. Charles Barkley's honest. Charles Barkley's funny. Charles Barkley's thoughtful. You might not agree with him, but he's going to speak his mind, and he plays the game. You know, he'll play along and do stuff, and that's why he's been one of the best sports media personalities for the last 30 years. Michael Jordan hasn't. Michael Jordan wanted to get away from the fame, and so the idea of him coming back, you thought, maybe, just maybe. This was very lazy. They oversold it, and it was boring, and it was a waste of time of the greatest basketball player of all time. And it was also, again, the lack of creativity. You talked about this, Rob G., so I don't want to take you, but you and I were on the phone, and you're a producer extraordinaire. We know this. You're the GOAT. And one of the things you do, I had to host.
I think Rob G cheated before, but go ahead.
I hosted a show where we had to do. It was a show that aired for the whole summer. It was a national show. It was like a reality sports kind of competition show. And you brought the idea. I had to wear certain outfits and then switch and then wear this one because this is going to be the finale. But technically, we're shooting it today, and you made it work so that it could work throughout an 8-week run throughout the summer. And the idea that you just sat Michael Jordan down, Same old outfit, probably did a 45-minute interview, and that was it. You didn't mix it up. You didn't switch his outfit, switch it to at least lie to us, mix it up, and make us think you're postponing these conversations. Hey, Mike, the All-Star Weekend's coming up. It meant a lot to you. What was it like playing All-Star? Hey, Mike, what made you get in the dunk contest? You already had a name. You already were this guy in the league. You still did the dunk contest. Don't you think guys should do it now? That would have been something you could have had. Hey, Mike, competition and rivalries. Let's talk about that. Were the Pistons your big rivalry? Like, interesting conversations that you could have had throughout the year. Switch up the outfits. There's no creativity. They oversold it. And then, to me, you lose the credibility now if you try to bounce back with anything. And Mike Tirico talked about he hopes that they do it again. He'd love to do it again. I don't want to see this again, do you? I don't think anybody wants to see it. And the little bit of hope that we had, because Mike doesn't say anything really that interesting, he doesn't really do that much, the little hope you might have had is now gone.
Charles Barkley is spot on. It was what I was concerned about after seeing the first one, and the idea that he would not be talking about the current players and dissecting or just
whatever the big
it.
news is.
Right, the news of what's going on with the league. So I'm not overly surprised, because I just thought that this is what it was going to be, and it wasn't going to be something that we thought would be great. And I think that that's disappointing, because I want to hear from Michael Jordan. I really do. I want to hear from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think he has insight. I think he has, a know-how. He can speak to these things. And the first thing they gave us was load management. Rob G, what was that, week
or
2
two into the league
and like
season.
Nobody was load managing at that time. So why was that such a big deal? It didn't even make sense. Like it the whole thing was misguided. It's a waste of God. And you're right. I do it all the time. We do a segment called A Bro You Need to Know.
Mm-hmm.
And it runs for every other week all baseball season. So I do like 13 of them.
Yep.
I change.
Yeah.
Even in 13 weeks, you know what I mean? Like, I'll start out with a jacket on, and then I know that these are going to air in July. I have a short sleeve shirt on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that it looks like, okay.
Play the TV Magic game.
Right, and it's so easy to do. They could have easily had them bring 4 outfits or jackets in a different color shirt. You could even just change the shirt.
That's all you need to do.
You could wear the same
He could have had a jacket on next time, just a polo underneath it. Just mix it up. It's the same. That's disrespectful to us in 2026 when there's so many different ways you can do things.
From all your worries.
Sure would help a lot.
I know this.
Come on.
Get away.
Well,
Elijah,
sing
put the
it,
cam
Keith.
on,
Come
Rob.
on.
Okay.
Sometimes you
want to go
where everybody knows your name. Rob Parker. And they're always glad you came. You want to be where people all the same. You want to go where everybody knows your name.
Keith McPherson.
People are all the same. Where everybody knows your name.
Rob Sterling Jr.
What a way to end a TV theme song Thursday here on The Odd Couple. Fox Sports Radio, Rob Parker, Keith McPherson in for Kelvin Washington. Martin Weiss will be joining us tomorrow in Kelvin's stead.
Who?
And if you missed any of that's right, Martin Weiss. If you missed any of today's show, you'll want to watch and catch the podcast. That's right. Just search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast right after the show. Today's podcast will be posted. Be sure to follow the podcast, rated at least 5 stars because we're worth it. And you can even provide a review. Again, search Odd Couple wherever you get your podcast, and you'll find today's show and best of version posted right after we get off the air. All right. You know what time it is, Alex, Keith? It is time for Last Call.
This is the Last Call.
Caleb in Missouri.
You are the last caller here on The Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio.
Caleb, what you got?
Hey, I don't know why anyone's not talking about this. Cleveland is holding Jim Schwartz hostage as their defensive coordinator. I don't know if this is precedented at all, but Cleveland just continues to build ill will amongst the league. Are they going to not have a defensive coordinator? I don't know what the game plan is there.
They should let him go. They passed him over for head coach, right, Jim Schwartz?
Yes.
And I don't know what are you holding on for him for? Like you're going to make him be the defensive coordinator?
Right. Like he's going to change his mind somehow?
Right. It's silly, and that's why the Browns are the Browns.
Miles Garrett is going to speed over to his house and convince him.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
What has he got, 9 speeding tickets?
He doesn't care.
Thanks for the call there, Caleb. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yep. Crazy, right?
It is kind of crazy. I don't know what kind of – I've never been out there to Cleveland, Ohio, but remember Shador got a ticket too, so these guys are out there speed racing, drag racing, Tokyo Drift, Need for Speed, I guess. Nothing else to do.
It is crazy. All right, last thing I know you wanted to talk about was A.J. Brown and his situation. What you got?
Yeah, because if DJ Moore is getting like – okay, what is the cost for A.J. Brown if you trade – you got to have a first-round pick in there, right? I was reading something about they want a Quinnen Williams return. You know, Quinnen Williams getting traded from the Jets to the Dallas Cowboys. They gave up Mozzie Smith. They gave up a 2026 second-round pick and a 2027 first-round pick. Now, who's going to do it? You could find someone. And when you look, right, DJ Moore comes into the AFC East. Stephon Diggs is out. We already know about Mike Vrabel, A.J. Brown, their relationship. And Julian Edelman talked to A.J. Brown. He grew up a Patriots fan. Would the Patriots give up this haul to get A.J. Brown to help Drake May? Drake May needed some help. He needed some milk. He needed some milk in the Super Bowl.
No doubt. You know what? A.J. Brown is so interesting to me because we know he's talented. He's a pain in the butt, though. You know, like he'd rather get his catches than win, and we've seen it with the Eagles. There were weeks when they lost, but he got his yards and catches, and he was cool with it. And then there were other weeks when they won, and he didn't get his, and he had a problem. I just don't understand that mentality. It's about winning. At one point, the Eagles, and I'm not saying it's perfect, and I get it, all receivers want the ball, but you don't want to get yourself in a situation where people think you're a headache and a distraction, and it's all about you because it's about winning at the end of the day.
He won. He got a Super Bowl ring. He's ready to get up out of there. He wants to play with a real quarterback. He wants to be in a real system. He wants to be the number one. Okay. I get it. It could happen.
Okay. Don't mean that you're going to win anything, and I hear you. It'll be interesting to see just how it plays out and whether or not people want to deal. Because sometimes, you know, like people will deal with issues as long as you're talented. You know that. And as soon as that wears off, people will say to themselves, okay, we'd rather not do that. We don't want to deal with that when you're not that player. So right now, I do believe he's that player. It'll be interesting. Any teams you think have the better shot at him, just, you know, from reports you've read?
I don't know. Maybe like everybody's saying the Giants need to get a wide receiver. I don't think that they would give it up, though. I think the price is going to be too high. But like Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and those guys, like they wheel and deal. They're very good at making trades. They're very good at drafting. And if they feel like he is an issue in the locker room, obviously they already paid Jalen Hurts, and you got Saquon. He needs to have a bounce-back year. They got other guys. They got Devontae Smith. Like, if they want to shop A.J. Brown, especially after his DJ Moore deal, I think somebody's going to pay him. Somebody's going to give him that first-round pick for him. I don't know exactly who it is. Who's really needy? The Ravens? Maybe the Ravens?
Could be the Ravens. That's going to be interesting, and that's going to about wrap up this Odd Couple show. Man, Keith, appreciate you. Tell everybody where they can reach you on social media. Keith McPherson, of course, WFAN.
I ain't hard to find. First name, last name, Keith McPherson on every social media platform. And stay tuned. This spring when the Yankees start playing and the draft is coming and we get through March Madness and we get to the NBA playoffs and all that, I will be outside. I'll be available. So look online and look for me in your local stadium as well.
All right, my man. Appreciate you. Thank you so much. The Jason Smith Show with Mike Harmon is coming up next.
I never miss your radio show. I never hear it, so I never miss it.
Did you hear that?